Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
That show where the dudes, one guy goes to space, one guy's a doctor, one guy's a weirdo.
Yeah.
The Indian guy.
What is that? We're talking about the band, the YMCA? Or are we talking about the
we're talking
people?
about a show where all five guys hang out together.
Star Trek?
And the one blonde is the goofy girl that goes out with one of the guys.
Oh, man.
Oh, I know. Yeah, Scooby-Doo.
Big Bang Theory.
Oh,
Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo.
Wow. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
You just blurt out when Dan comes in. Just blurt out, Dan's here.
Will do.
I guarantee you'll know. You'll hear him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I told he had a hearing today, and it's running
over the sprinkler caper, or was that? Is this?
I don't know if this was the sprinkler caper or not, but I'm assuming that's kind of the only thing that he's got going on.
He's facing a stiff $250 fine from the city, and he's gone to court about 3 times to try to fight this.
I know.
He's not happy about it at all.
Oh, he's full hot on the deal. So when he's here, just say, Dan's here, and then I'll turn this. I don't want to turn this microphone on, and then he's rolls in here, and you hear the fumbling, the bumbling, and all that kind of nonsense. I don't think Jay's coming in, is he?
I don't believe so, no.
Yeah, I
think it's just Dr. Dan.
And it's just 3 hours anyway.
Yes.
We're going to do 2 stop sets, Lummy, at like 10:30 and 11:30.
Perfect.
Or, ish.
Yeah.
And they're only going to be 2 minutes long, and they're 4 of our clients. So like me, I think today, it's like a Big Gus, an FUJ Outdoors, I think a Diaco Plastic Surgery Center, and one other.
I think I get a box.
And then get a box. And then tomorrow, Mach is going to take the ones that we actually have visuals on, which I think is Red Line, Sunbelt, Skag, and whatever else, Toyo Tires. And then we'll actually visual, run those. Otherwise, if they're just audio, they'll run down the audio chain. Which does that at that point, Lummy, that probably takes from our hot mics, does it not?
Yes, it does.
So, yeah, no hot mics. Which at the end of the day, I mean, we're on an
I'm paying good fucking money to hear these hot mics, Sponjo.
I hear Dan's car. He's coming in.
No, he's
coming in hot.
He really likes to back down with that high dollar gearbox. I was seeing in F1 the gearboxes cost like the gearboxes are like $2 million.
You mean like a toolbox?
No, the gearbox, which is the transmission, which it's ran on a paddle shift, and instead of being
those transmissions are pricey. From what I've learned about my transmission.
But you can get like a regular F1 not upgraded transmission's like $1 million, but if you're going to get an upgraded one, it's like $2 million. And I don't know if that means it's coated, ceramic coated, or I don't know. Maybe Dan might actually know that.
Dan, we got a rich guy question. Get in here.
Yeah, get in here, Dan. We got a rich guy question. Opening the show with, they're saying that. First of all, Michael Parsons. it's what?
Let me got tripped up because this lady's bald.
Oh. They're both bald too. So.
Oh, so
yeah. I mean,
Lemmy's not used to seeing strong bald women in his life.
You don't see a lot of them, you're
not in the right places.
It's kind of a tough. It's tough to pull off, but some women can pull off the baldness and not look that bad. Not a lot can.
I just need a face and some girl parts, and I'm good.
Yeah, at the end of the day, man, I mean, the baldness means you ain't got no hair. And since when have we been trying to, since when have we been trying to fuck hair? I actually had to remember that we're on an uncensored deal, and I said F, but since when have we been trying to have relations with a girl's hair? And I know that maybe sometimes you might want to pull out and put some Elmer's glue in the hair.
Oh boy!
But I really don't have any desire to do that. Like I'm not big into facials or anything like that.
Yeah, we're mature adults here, Bubba.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but even when I was running,
We like to come politely.
Even like when I was running, running hard, I still wasn't into facials. I feel like
That's good, man. There's a lot of women that are really like, man, I knew Bubba was a good guy. They're saying that right now.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? I was on the fence about Bubba, but now that I know that he respects a woman not to do a facial.
Yeah, but he just likes to drop it on the tits, right?
No, I've never really been. I've always been kind of either leave it in or pull out and finish myself off, just like on the gut or on the pubic mound or something. Maybe Macho Man heard the guy beside us with the Lamborghini.
No, Dr. Dan is getting in. He's here.
He's here, yeah.
He's here?
Yeah, the mic is adjusted.
Good morning.
What, Dan, is this the continuation of the big sprinkler gate?
No.
Oh, this was more like real. Like
you're working.
Hold on, you're real lawyer in here. Like this was like part of the firm and you were coming in as an expert witness?
Nope.
Well, okay. Well, I can't. I mean, can you? You
Need a little help here.
Can you give me some help?
Did you get a rain for Rob Reiner?
I mean, can you help me?
Yeah, I was testifying at the grand jury, trying to indict his son.
Can you give me a little help here? Like what? I mean,
No, let's keep guessing, Bubba. I like this. What else could it be? If it's not for work and it's out for the sprinkler caper, what's in the middle?
Yeah. Like what was it? Well, I mean, it was probably for the firm. We just haven't hit it on the head. So hold on, let me ask you this as I continue to drill down. Was your appearance today? Was your appearance today in front of a judge?
Yes.
Okay. Was your appearance today representing Diaco Law?
No.
Oh. Okay, I know what it's about.
Were you representing Dan Newlin?
No, he was representing Dan's freedom. Is what he was representing.
Oh.
Was it #Dan's freedom?
Yeah, I might as well announce it because it's actually, recorded today publicly. I am 100% divorced.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Holy
now,
That was my divorce.
Like, how do you feel about that?
Because
I've been through that, and I had a gamut of emotions. Sad, mad, glad.
Car shenanigans, $100.
Oh yeah, that was earlier this morning, was it not?
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
$100. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bubba Army. We need a big couple days because we're taking Friday off. I'm doing a podcast on Friday, but there will be no show. So today,
dude, it's coming, man. Car shenanigans. That's awesome.
$100.
It's gonna flow.
PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bubba Army.
We got to replenish Dan's bank account.
Yeah. Sorry. So Dan, today was she there?
No, she wasn't there.
All right, she was represented.
Yeah.
All right, and you were there, and I'm assuming you were represented.
Yes.
Okay. And today, was it just in front of the judge for both of your attorneys to say that Mr. and Mrs. Diaco have come to an agreement, and it's just at this point needs to be.
It was ceremonial more than anything else.
It just needs to be presented to the judge. He needs to say, "Okay, it's official. It's official." I mean, you guys probably had it all hammered out. That's what the
What
attorneys.
makes it official? Like what?
The judge giving a final judgment. He says, you are officially now divorced. I will sign the order today. It's official as of today. You are a single person.
Oh, wow.
So now, we.
Does he give you a list of phone numbers on the way out to start the dating at all?
Does he give you a list of phone numbers of all the people that work in the courthouse that might have thought
here's
maybe
6 ladies that were looking at you. Have a great day.
Yeah, exactly. Here's 6 women within the judicial system that have made a comment about your last couple appearances, and go ahead. So like, I don't want to get too specific about it because it's a very personal thing.
But it's going to be, it's going to be public knowledge, so there's no reason to keep it a secret
So
now.
the source might as well come from you, right?
Yeah, exactly. Might as well say it first.
So are you guys friendly?
Yeah, everything's great.
Right? The kids good?
Everyone's good.
All right. And you got your visitation hammered out, and
Everything's hammered out.
Child support, division of assets, everything.
It's all done.
How you feeling about it? Like, I mean,
I'm not clicking my heels like Mary Poppins. I'm not like it's it sucks. It sucks, but I'll be all right.
Well, we know you're going to be okay. We certainly know that. If there's one person that is going to be okay when something like this goes, it's certainly going to be you. But okay. I think the more we drill down, the more.
Yeah, it gets a little personal, but
yeah. I think that just the overall announcement that you're officially divorced is really all we really need to probably talk about.
Where does the Bubba Army send their naked pictures to, Dan?
Yeah, like Dan, where do the women that watch and listen to the show that would potentially be interested and you? How would a woman be able to contact said Dr. Diaco?
Well, we could do info if you want to do it that way from the radio.
Well, let me know. What is our official email? Show
at BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Show at BubbaArmyHQ.com, and put in the subject matter Dr. Dan's availability, and then maybe a little description about yourself, and then maybe a picture. I mean, Dan is...
It's going to be a 50-50 on this.
Dan, and here's the thing.
You mean they're going to be 50? What do you mean?
No, here's the deal. I gotta lay some work down here. Here's the deal. Dan is a very successful, very good-looking, very educated, very, I would say, by single women standards, very sought-after commodity. And so, Dan is also a very visual person. And, Dan, as shallow as you want to call him, we're all very guilty of if we were going to be honest with each other, men are very much creatures of visual. Like, we are way more visual. A woman can see a good in a man.
The only thing we can't see is an emotional connection.
Right. But
that's invisible to us.
But meanwhile, in the woman's world, women tend to be less hung up on looks and more about personality and being funny and things like that. Where us guys, man, we're looking for straight dime pieces. And please, be attractive, or, Dan's not even going to want to be interested. I mean, there I said it. I mean, Dan, you would probably want to say it, but it sounds better coming from me.
Certainly glad I didn't have to say that.
Right. But would you like me to walk?
It's not that false.
What I'm saying is it the statement that I just made? Is it true or false?
Well, it's not false.
Okay, there you go. So show at BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Yes.
Dan, do you have a demographic? I mean, do you have a specific, hold
18 to 80.
Hold on.
Exactly. Cut that in half, maybe.
That's not being, I was going to say that's not being intellectually honest. If I may step in,
okay,
and then you fine-tune my prediction. I think it would look less douchey if I say it, and then you fine-tune me. I would say 29 to 40.
That's probably fair.
I think that's a 29 would be a hell of a catch, and a 40 is almost timed out. Right? I mean, again, I think,
I'm so glad I'm not saying these things.
Right, but what I'm
just
saying
gonna
is,
keep laughing and giggling.
having been your friend for so long, I don't think I'm necessarily that far off on the numbers.
No, but I mean, if Elizabeth Hurley called me, she's over 40.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd answer her call.
Yeah,
Right.
she's 60. Yeah, her and Selma Hayek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, big injuries.
J-Lo don't bother calling.
And we didn't have you here yesterday. Could you send me the two TikToks, or I'm sorry, the two, maybe it was
X. It was X.
Yeah, from the guy that broke down Michael Parsons' knee ACL tear, and they're saying that maybe Patrick Mahomes, it might not quite be as bad as initially thought. Here's the story.
I hope he's not.
Here is Andy Reid on the next steps for Patrick
And
Mahomes.
so, Dan, you'll be able to. Now, did the guy from X, did he do a Patrick Mahomes one too?
Yeah, I just sent you the Patrick Mahomes one, and
All
I'm
right.
sending you the Micah one now.
All right. So I think I need to play those first.
I sent you both.
So Micah Parsons is that big defensive lineman from Dallas that went to
Green Bay.
That like changed their entire team.
Right. Like, here's the deal.
You know, I watched Bubba. I watched after the Bucs lost Thursday night. I was so pissed off at the sport of football and irritated by it all. I think I know how Seth has felt for years with the Bears.
Thank you.
That I refused to watch a single football game this weekend.
There wasn't
not one freaking game.
I feel like other Bucs fans said that they didn't watch any football.
No
on
joy
Sunday.
in it. There's no joy in it. It's
Dan,
like watching the babies cry.
Let me ask you a question. Let me find me the Bulls interview. Dan was not here yesterday, so some of this I needed Dan's opinion because Dan is, one, a doctor, and two, Dan was a doctor, an assistant doctor under his dad's tutelage or guidance, if I will, for 6 seasons with the Bucs. Now, I don't know, Dan, that you ever had any interaction with Todd Bowles. I don't think
not
he
much.
was.
No. I said hello to him once. I mean, nothing.
I mean, was he in the organization when you were?
No. We had guys like
Let me send it
like
to
Raheem Morris and Mike Tomlin that were in the organization.
I understand.
You know what I mean?
So,
and Kyle Shanahan. Some really like some important people were, and the guy from Chicago. I'm the guy from L.A.
Sean McVay?
Yeah, they were all Buccaneer tutelages. These are all guys. You talk about genealogy of coaching. These are all Grudens.
All from Gruden.
All Grudens.
Or Tony.
Send it to you.
All right. So, do you think, having worked for the Tampa Bay Buccaneer organization, having Jason Light as your general manager, or was it were you under Rich McKay or were you under Jason Light or both?
I was under Richie McKay and Bruce Allen.
Okay, Brooking. Now,
he's a great guy.
But you
met him.
But yes, but you do and are familiar and could pick up the phone and get a Glazer on the phone.
Oh, within 3 minutes.
I think the Glazers were represented at your father's funeral.
Yes, they were.
The Glazers
and I
are
have their number.
instrumental. The Glazers are instrumental in giving you guys your sweetheart, Dr. Joe, Daddy Joe box deal.
Correct.
The Glazers have communications with you and your family still. Do you think that this is not a very good look for your head coach to be dropping 7 F-bombs in 31 seconds, knowing that the Glazers are a class act, knowing that, this is probably not the way they want their head coach speaking to the media. Now, I know he's pissed. I know they played like ass. They were also coached like ass. Let's not forget, that this guy that we're looking at here has, a direct, relation as to how they performed. He's the one. He's their leader.
And
I don't think necessarily.
And defensive coordinator.
I don't think necessarily. I think that the Glazers, whoever's the main Glazer that runs the show, would see this and pick up the phone to the general manager and say, you might want to let Bowles know that this isn't how I want my head coach speaking to the media. And at the end of the day, if you're a Glazer, that's your fucking team. You own that team. That's your team.
Right. It's their family. It's their entire family's wrapped up in that team.
But, the guy that runs it is running
and Joel
it for,
O'Brien,
running it for the family. Mm-hmm. It's a family asset.
Mm-hmm.
And, that you can literally say, I want my coach, dressed up as Santa Claus for the next press conference. I mean, you have a lot of power on what happens with your organization.
Right. They're not slaves, but yes, you can make a lot of demands.
But
you can say, listen, you're fired.
You can do
I've
that
had
too.
enough.
Yes.
I've had enough. They fired Gruden for way less than this.
Have you seen this?
I saw some of it.
What do you tell them in the locker room after a game like this?
It's inexcusable. You don't make excuses. You gotta fucking care enough where the shit hurts. You gotta fucking care enough where the shit hurts. It gotta fucking mean something to you. It's more than a job. It's your fucking livelihood. How well do you know your job? How well can you do your job? Well, you can't sugarcoat that shit. It was in the fucking excusable, and there's no fucking answer for it. There's no excuse for it. That's what you tell them in the locker room. Look in the fucking mirror.
No, why don't you look in the fucking mirror? And if I'm telling you right now, I'm
Wow.
the
7 F's and 3 S's.
I'm the least prude person that anybody will ever meet. And if I own the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'm like, that's not what I want my head coach acting like after a shitty loss.
You know, a head coach is almost like a CEO of a company because it's the face that represents the company. It's like the president of the company. And the president of the company does a big, mistake, and he starts, effing himself, effing everybody else. And it's not a good look, especially in 2025. It was a different world 20 years ago, but even then, I don't think it would be acceptable. And what's worse, Bubba, is this is like when, who was it? It was a black guy. Was it Bobby Brown? No. Who's married to Whitney Houston?
Bobby Brown?
Bobby Brown, yeah. So when Bobby Brown tried to go gangster rap, remember that? And it didn't work.
Yeah.
He was trying to be a tough guy. I think this is partially him trying to
agree.
show emotion.
I agree.
And
it looks like
it's just genuine.
He's trying to be a little thug.
Yeah, it's just genuine.
When he's
right.
not. He's
He's a gentleman.
He's a very even-keeled, soft-spoken guy. And it's like, he's trying to go thug. And that's just, not only is it not him, but as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I don't want that out into the media.
I agree. I think it's disgusting. And what really is a shame is that he has talent. And, I faulted the Rays for this too. The Rays, instead of trying to build their team when they were on fire this summer, traded guys away. Like Caballero, what's his last name? Not Junior, the other guy.
Oh, the guy that went to the Yankees?
During the game. They traded him to the Yankees in the middle of the game. I've never seen anything like this before in my entire life.
It's happened all the time.
Yeah,
in the middle of a game?
Mark, yeah, it happens. NorCal Mark, $75. There's been even times that they've been traded to the in-game to the team next dugout over.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But the Buccaneers had a chance to make some trades, make some differences. They chose not to, which is narcissistic. And when the team fails, and it's direct result of a sloppy defense, when the head coach is a defensive coordinator, I think he should be under more scrutiny. And instead of being defiant, he should have been more contrite. And it starts with him, it ends with him. He should be looking at the mirror at his own silly ass.
He should have shouldered more of the blame and maybe dropped 5 fucks. 2 fucks I can live with. Maybe a beginning fuck and an end fuck. But, I don't know. Do you lose the locker room when you act that way?
He could, and he may have at this point because, he...
it's a fine. Listen,
you can't fall into the playoffs.
But you've seen it where one little thing, and they call it losing the locker room, and that's when the guys get together and they collectively say, "Fuck that dude, fuck that dude."
It happened to Shiano rapidly.
It happened to
Raheem.
Raheem quickly.
He lost it fast, and I watched one of the doctors lose it, and right in front of me it happened. And it was with like Marcus Jones and Sapp. And the guy just stepped on a landmine and didn't know how to get his way out of it. And at the end of the day, he was done. And he was replaced as the doctor, as the orthopod, because he lost the locker room. It's a real thing, Bubba.
Oh, no, trust me. I know. I've talked to Ty J. I've talked to several guys that have been to the league. And they're like, it's a fraternity amongst those dudes. And not only can a coach lose the locker room, but a player can too.
Yep, absolutely.
A doctor.
Keyshawn lost the locker room when he got dressed on that loss to the Colts when Dungy came back with like 21 points in 4 minutes or whatever it was, crazy. Keyshawn was done after that, and he lost the coach. The coach, the team. Gruden didn't lose the team, but certain players lost Gruden. Gruden lost certain players lost Gruden. Like, he gave up on Keyshawn after that and ignored him from that on.
Well, I'll give you another example.
Never forgave him for that one.
I'll give you an example of somebody who lost the locker room before he even walked into the locker room. And remember when, Lummy, they made the trade for Alvin Harper?
Yeah.
And they gave up like a couple number ones or a number one, and he was good in the Dallas Cowboy system, but was horrible.
He wasn't a number one. The Bucs tried to make him a number one.
He pulls up first day of training camp in like a $400,000 white Lamborghini. And here's this guy who just got the biggest contract, I think, at that time in Bucs history, pulling up in the first day in a Lamborghini. And all the players were like, fuck you, buddy. Fuck you. And he never, ever panned out. I don't know if he ended up retiring from the Bucs, getting cut from the Bucs, or
he only
getting
played a couple
traded.
of years. Yeah,
they released him and he went to sign with the Washington.
Anyway,
Redskins.
Dan, here is yesterday. This guy here, I don't know if he's a doctor, but he breaks down injuries that happen in the NFL, and he broke down Micah Parsons and Patrick Mahomes' potential ACLs, and we were gonna have you kind of fact check this guy.
Can I say something? So we're looking at Mahomes right now.
Yes.
And it looks like his knee has a varus bend, meaning the knee's out and the ankle's in.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right. So
that's the opposite of what normally happens for the terrible triad. So my prediction based on this is it's not a complete ACL tear. I've never seen it broken down in this still frame.
All right,
so this helps.
So this guy will really, he's quite knowledgeable. He's quite knowledgeable, but we have a doctor that more specifically was an NFL doctor that has seen this sort of thing, and you know what, this guy might be. And Dan, don't put your haterade on. Be like,
no.
if the guy's fat, be like, that motherfucker's nailing it. Like he's So I want you to look in this, give this guy the benefit of the doubt. I don't think he's a doctor, but I think he breaks it down pretty well. So
okay.
I want you to have an open mind with this.
Yes.
Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes went down with a left non-contact knee injury and did not return against the Chargers. Let's break this down. Mahomes decelerates after this throw and plants on a flat foot with a relatively straight knee, which limits shock absorption at the joint. And you'll see here
Is he right so far, Dan?
Yeah.
Very subtle valgus collapse with the knee diving inward, coupled by the knee also hyperextending. From the alternate angle, this isn't just a valgus collapse with hyperextension, then there's also a varus load with the knee bowing outward under force. Hyperextension plus varus preferentially stresses the posterior capsule and the
So far?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not the ACL. It's going to be the PCL and the lateral collateral.
But so far, is he good?
Yeah, I think so.
Posterior lateral corner structures. As he goes down, he grabs the back of that leg. You can imagine as he plants to decelerate and the knee is driven past neutral into hyperextension, the leg briefly buckles and simultaneously collapses into valgus. Load shifts medially, and the ACL becomes a primary restraint to anterior tibial translation and extension torque, which can rupture the ACL. But there is additional concern as the knee bows outward into varus. Tension shifts laterally, loading the LCL, which resists that outward opening of the joint, along with other posterior lateral corner structures, including the bicep femoris tendon of the hamstring, the popliteus tendon, the popliteal fibular ligament, and posterior lateral capsule. Together.
Yep.
I mean, the guy's
It looks like he's going to blow out the outside of his knee, is what he's saying, not the ACL.
But do you think that for a guy to know the knee structure and to be able to break it down, that maybe he's a med student or...
He has something because he has a great grasp of what's happening, right, and his visuals are nice.
Right. What I'm saying is, like, he's got to be like a pre-med or something like that because he's...
I think he's a doctor.
Oh, he's a doctor?
Yeah, so
okay.
I'm looking at his page.
These structures form the PLC, or posterior lateral corner, the key restraint system that's...
And Dan, I love his visuals. Like, I mean...
Oh, yeah, they're dead on. They're really
knee when
helpful.
Audibly, this is just so effective, but when you put the visuals in, it's very effective.
Varus stress occurs. Unfortunately, this was confirmed as an ACL tear already. Averages 9 months for isolated tears, with multi-ligament knees taking 9 to 12 months. It's important to note that quarterback return to play data is generally more favorable. Wishing Patrick Mahomes a safe and speedy...
So, Dan, that was his breakdown.
Great breakdown.
Great day. Okay, and then here's his breakdown of Micah Parsons.
Packers All-Pro edge Micah Parsons went down with a non-contact knee injury today. Let's break this down with an intention to raise awareness of the classic ACL injury mechanism. Most commonly, we see a plant of a flat foot on a relatively straight leg, and then you're going to see Micah's trunk shift and fall over the affected side. Then we see the knee dive inward, and that is what stretches and tears the ACL ligament.
And Dan, when it happens, do you know it? Do you feel it snap?
Oh, you feel it. It's a big snap. It's a big cable that snaps. It's got strength to it.
So I mean,
that's why it takes so long to heal, because it's got to be strong.
Yeah, they say 9 to 12 months. 9 on the, everything goes okay. 12 on the, you know.
You can see an excellent example.
So the minute it snaps, you feel it.
Yeah, you're done.
Of abnormal anterior tibial translation, with it popping back into place from both of these angles.
And you can see it pop back into place.
With the ACL compromised, its restraint to forward tibial motion is lost, allowing the tibia to translate anteriorly relative to the femur before settling back
That's
as the joint.
drawer sign. You ever see the guys when the guy goes down, the first thing they do is they grab the knee and they grab the calf and they try to pull the calf forward?
Yeah.
So your ACL prevents you from doing that. And so when it moves forward too much, they know you popped your ACL. So I'm sure on the sideline, the guy yanked on his calf and his knee came forward excessively, showing the ACL tear.
Unloads. This literally mimics the...
It's right there. That's right there. That's
Isn't that
just
amazing?
exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, hold on. You did. First of all, I can verify that you've never seen this video.
No.
And you just outlined what his next demonstration was going to be.
Yeah, the anterior drawer sign.
Loads. This literally mimics the anterior drawer sign we see on physical exam of someone who's torn their ACL.
It's not supposed to do that.
What's that?
It's not supposed to do that.
Notice the laxity here. Unfortunately, this will be season ending. Absolutely heartbreaking.
So here's the deal, man. Average 9 to 12 months. 60 to 65% lower than skill position. So what does the RTP rate mean?
I think return to play.
Oh,
right?
return to play.
Yeah.
Meaning you might be 65% less effective?
No, I think you're going to be 65% like ready to go. Like if he started that game 100%, if he came back now, he'd be like 65%.
Performance year one, dip in explosiveness.
No. That doesn't mean that, guys. No.
Well, then help us.
I think that means
Seth said help us.
A third of them don't play again.
What?
Return to play rate, 60 to 65%. That means, and it's lower than in skill positions. What he's saying is that for an edge rusher in that position, a defensive end, a third of the guys with the ACL tears don't come back.
Never come back.
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
It's lower than skill positions. Where he's saying that, like a running back or a wide receiver, it may be 75%, come back to play, and you are a winged hawk.
Well, it says it says year one. So that means year one after coming back, a dip in explosiveness, bends, snaps, partial rebound. Year two.
That means it takes 2 years to come back fully.
Shorter post ACL careers versus match controls. So this guy's dead on, right? I mean, this
guy's career is like his ability is limited. It's a full 2 years to get back to as close as you're going to get back to normal, and your career will be cut short.
Man, Packers gave up 2 number ones for him.
That's why you hate to do that for a single human. You know what I mean?
And by the way, the Packers play the Bears in Soldier Field. But by the way, Seth, just so you know, lover, want to make sure you know it's not a Sunday game; it's a Saturday game. Just wanted you to know that.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me that Vegas moved the odds up on the Bears to win the division.
Oh, I'm sure they did. I mean, I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
You know what? I hold on. You know what, Seth? Oddly enough,
they're tied with the Packers now.
My mom, and I called my mom yesterday. I haven't spoke to her in about a week, so I wanted to kind of do a little catch-up deal. And she was like, "I'm just going to tell you right now, if the Packers are out of it, I think I'm going to start rooting for the Bears for the playoffs." I go, "I just told Seth that today on the show." She was like, "Well, I didn't watch your show or listen to your show today yet." Sometimes she'll just kind of thumb through it, but she's with me, Seth. I'm jumping. I mean, I'm jumping over. Will you accept me as a Fairweather Bear fan if my Packers are out of it, supporting the conference?
Well, I've still reached out to a couple of the major Bears fans. Ashton Kutcher, Simone Biles. I'm out to some of those people, Bubba, and we're gonna make our decision. But I will say this. Lummy in the parking lot yesterday was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "I can't believe Bubba's not even fucking talking about or thinking about rooting for the Buccaneers, and he's going from the Packers to the Bears."
Bucks aren't going to do shit. Hold on.
Wait, are we allowed to curse?
Yes.
Free cursing?
Hold on, but let me interrupt you. I would, but the Bucks fucking are worse than the Packers. I mean, I'm trying to be a realist here as to a team that's going to make the fucking playoffs, and the Bucks ain't.
You know what, though, Bubba? Because the rest of the NFC South sucks so badly, there's still a chance they're going to make it. Because there's a bunch of sorry-ass teams.
They're going to make it. They're in right now.
I'm talking about 7-10. I want to root for a team that's got a chance. I want to root for a team that wants to make it past the first round. Okay,
yeah, sure. I'm with you on that.
Wait.
So Are there? I mean, is that one guy going to absolutely destroy the Packers? I mean, what's the record right now?
Oh my! Well, here's the good news. I don't know if you knew this or not, Seth. They're saying Christian Watson, the chest deal may not have been. They took him to the hospital as a precautionary measure, but he may be able to play this Saturday.
The tore pec?
No, it was something to do with your chest.
They took him to the hospital, so I mean,
they thought, oh my God, he's out for the season now. They're saying now that he may not be out for the season and that he might be ready for Saturday, limited. But defensively, Dan, the Packers beat the Bears 2 weeks ago on defense. They were able to kind of get Caleb out of the pocket. Mm-hmm. Now Caleb is explosive when it comes to that, but inevitably the defense won the game, and a large portion of the Packers' success comes from how you have to anticipate and play and practice and know where Parsons is. He's like losing Lawrence Taylor or a Reggie White. Lummy, what would be the most devastating hit the Bucks could take defensively?
Sapp back in the day.
Sapp back in the day. I mean, yeah, it would be like losing Sapp or Derek Brooks or something like that back in the day, and that's what the Packers have lost.
That's sad. So, but they still have a decent record, don't they?
Yeah, I mean they're 9-4-1.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I mean, I know, but
there's other guys.
They're the 7th seed right now. What are I think the Bears are the 2 seed.
Yes,
Bears are the 2 seed.
They're on fire.
If the Packers would happen to get lucky in some way, shape, or form and beat the Bears, then it's just going to toggle between the Bears and the Packers as to who can pull it off down the stretch. The Packers have a lot harder schedule than the Bears for the remaining 3 games. I think the Packers go Bears, Ravens, Vikings. And then I think the Bucks go Packers. Seth, probably more than me, the 3 remaining games.
Who, the Bucks?
The Bucks?
No, I'm talking about the Bears.
The Bears play the 49ers and the Lions.
Yeah, that's you know what? I take that back. I think the Bears have a tougher schedule.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be a nut puller. A nut tugger, if you would. Here is the latest from Andy Reid saying that potentially the Mahomes deal, there might be a little light at the end of the tunnel.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
How many times did he say shit or fuck?
Who?
Andy Reid.
Not once.
Okay.
He's a class act. He's a real coach.
Mm-hmm.
Here is Andy Reid on the next steps for Patrick Mahomes after his injury, and it's new on SportsCenter.
Patrick is going to go to Dallas for a second opinion with Dr. Cooper. And
so Andrews might have timed out on the knee guy, and maybe the Cooper guy in Dallas is the new knee guy, because for years it was Dr. Andrews out of Birmingham, Alabama, wasn't it, Dan?
Yeah, but he was getting like Biden towards the end, and they were just kind of wheeling him out, and his guys were doing the actual operation.
Right.
So he was kind of auto-penning it. And so I'm sure that just got replaced. And I bet you this Cooper guy may have been an Andrews protege.
Right.
Back in the day.
We'll give you updates as we go from there. There have been some pretty good quarterbacks that have had the same injuries, and have done pretty well after they came back. So he'll get after it, and he's got good people here to rehab him, and he'll be right on top of all that.
So I guess it's not what I thought potentially, meaning like it was going to be there's a chance he could come back this year. It looks like Andy Reid.
They missed the playoffs.
Yeah, there's
so
no way. Yeah, you're right, Lummy. There's no way.
I mean, yeah, right. They're out of the playoffs. Why even throw him in there?
Yeah, exactly.
He should be in surgery today. Dan, isn't it?
He had it yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Dan, they literally, when you have something this catastrophic, they literally try to get, because, I guess every day is a potential window of healing. So, they literally within hours, definitely less than 2 days, when a high-profile Patrick Mahomes, Micah Parsons, they get them in immediately, don't they?
They really try to, because the other thing is if there's a window and then there's a second window. With big orthopedic injuries, the first window is obviously the first 3-4 days. But then after a week, between 1 week and 2 weeks, it's usually bad to operate because everything's all jacked up and inflamed and swollen. So
are they trying to get it
early or late?
Are they trying to get it before it gets as
jacked,
hot and angry as it's going to get?
Yes. They go in there, clean it out, fix it.
Have they probably had 24/7 icing of it like.
Oh yeah, because inflammation's your enemy.
Right. So like they've probably had his knee packed in, both of those guys' knee packed in ice clear up until the minute they're rolling them in to the operating room. Now do they put you under for that, don't they?
Oh, completely, yes.
Now how big of an operation? How do you fix a full-blown torn ACL? I mean, are you bringing in ligaments from your leg? Are you putting in bolts and screws? And are you using Zimmer type knee replacements? Like, what are you doing here?
Big E7375, $25.
Yeah, we need the money too. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App.
Well, that's a good question, Bubba. And there's several components to what's going to get repaired. So if it's some of the capsule, they can usually suture that. If it's cartilage that's damaged, then they usually shave it and debride it. That's when they do a knee scope. They go in with that little rotor-rooter thing, and they shave the edges of the cartilage so it doesn't keep popping up. Sometimes they'll actually staple or suture the cartilage down. But the actual ACL repair, that's usually done one of two ways. You can't just throw a stitch in it. It won't work. They either use what's called a patellar tendon graft, where they'll take a strip of the middle quarter of the patellar tendon, which is where your knee goes into your shin, is a very strong tendon, and they can do that patellar tendon graft. That holds really well. It incorporates really well. The only problem is, and I've seen this before, is the patella is weak afterwards because you're just taking a strip of it. And so people sometimes have a patellar fracture after that type of repair. The next type of repair is a cadaveric tendon. And so they actually take the tendon out of a dead body and use it for
Out of cadaver?
Out of a cadaver. It's cadaveric. Yeah, it's
now,
it's
do they try to get like a cadaver that's
they would try to match it to the size.
Right, like a bigger guy.
Yeah, they would.
But you're never going to find a guy.
They
that's
wouldn't use Mary Lou Retton's tendon on Patrick Mahomes.
We're not using Janie Cakes' 82-year-old tendon.
No,
on Patrick Mahomes.
No. But the thing is like the best tendon, if you're a young, healthy athlete, is yours. Because you're not going to also get a lot of 35-year-old guys with, that donated their bodies to science that died. Because, like I said, a lot of them are the Janie Cakes. So it's hard to find the good cadaveric tendon. And they're not all the same. There's variability. So
not
personally, I'd probably want my own.
Not. Where do you get your own?
My kneecap tendon, from my knee to my shin. That tendon, your patellar tendon. So that's probably the best bet to not have a complication.
I mean, when we return, we're just going to do with the new show, the 10-to-1 show. We're just going to do 2 stop sets, one now and then one in about an hour, and it's only 2 minutes long. There will be no hot mic. It's only 2 minutes. It's our own clients, everything from Big Gus to
engineering to master control.
Yes.
Can you give me 10 more minutes? I'm working on that project. The video project.
Oh, but you don't need to do that today.
I'm so close.
Okay, you're so close. You're so close. Well, then will you do just
push on your belly button?
No matter what we're talking about, can you just engineering to master control and then tell me when you're ready?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So a guy was.
So Bubba, you fire Todd Bowles? You the owners?
Well, he's done. I mean, I let him finish out the season.
But what if he squeaks his way into the playoffs for the 4th time?
But he still fire him.
He still fire him. They need a new guy.
Especially if they get blown out in the first round.
They need a new guy. They need a new guy.
Do you think Mayfield's a good quarterback?
Yeah.
Seth?
Yes, absolutely.
I really do.
Franchise quarterback.
I really do.
Pieces there.
Dan, they're not far away. They're coaching and an offensive coordinator and you know what? They're a new, just like the Bears.
New blood.
Hold on. I hate to keep sucking the Bears' dick, but the Bears made some changes. They went and got the offensive coordinator from the Lions, and they made wholesale changes to the front to the line, and made their new offense around Caleb's skill set. And look at them. That's what the Bucks are where the Bears were 2 years ago.
The Bucks need an edge rusher. Our defense is realistically what it is. We need an edge rusher.
If I'm the Bucks, I almost lose out so I can get a better first rounder.
They're in the playoffs. They're first place.
Yeah, you're right.
What are you going to do?
First place, running a 13-second quarter mile.
Yeah,
it sucks.
But hold on,
racing against station wagons.
But hold on, Dan. Here's the deal. Like, even they could get their first game will be at home if they win the division.
Yeah.
Their first game will be at home.
Yeah, I guess a team that's going to kick their ass with 4 more wins.
Still.
And it's, again, just like you said, Bob, it's like 4 years in a row where they go into the playoffs and they get their asses whooped in the first round. You know, it's frustrating.
I think the Bucs have the talent. They're an edge. Lemmy, you're right. They're an edge rusher away. That's it. I mean, I don't know what happens to Evans at the end of the year.
I'd reset that linebacking core, but I mean, that's just
all
me.
All of it, Seth. You're right. The whole thing that they've been hanging on to this group of guys. But they've also had since the Super Bowl.
But they've also had Tristan Wirtz, who's been in and out of injury, and that's their main. That guy is their main dude. They've had a whole bunch of injuries on the offensive line. You know, they
you can't just have one soldier, Bubba. They need more than one soldier.
If you look at the offense, we lost all our wide receivers except for one.
And didn't do anything for the trades.
All our offensive linemen, they're all back now. So all our offensive linemen, we lost our running back. Everyone on the offense was hurt at one point or another. Everybody, everyone. Kate Otten's out. Every single player off position has injuries.
So they have the talent.
Yeah.
They're only a couple players away. But they had to bring in a guy that can continue to build the offense around Baker's skill set, and they need certainly Bowles out. Bowles cannot call defense. I mean, he
sucks as a defensive coordinator. Right. His game choices have been horrendous. Do you think Baker needs some of those like Marco Rubio shoe lifts?
No.
You don't think he's too short?
You're just talking stupid now.
You don't think he's too short?
No, I do not. I think he's an unfucking believable quarterback when protected correctly.
Really?
And he's one of the very few that will not slide, and he'll go through a linebacker and not get hit. When's the last time, Lummy, that Baker got hurt? He doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't.
His shoulder.
He doesn't. So, he's the guy. Speaking of which, so there's this guy who loves the Philadelphia Eagles so much that he tweeted, "I'm probably going to kill myself if talking about the Eagles and how well
after a loss he put that on Facebook.
Yeah, after the Eagles got their ass kicked and they looked horrible, this guy named Jake Beckman or whatever tweeted, "I'm probably going to kill myself. I'll let you know." And a bunch of people let the cops know, and the cops show up at this guy's.
Come on, he's speaking of parody, right?
Well, no, I mean, listen, Dan, when you tweet,
there's no emojis, Dan. You see how it's just like probably going to kill myself. I'll let you know. There's no smiley.
No,
there's no exclamation. It's he leaves it to where you might be a little concerned if you think the guy's slightly off in the first place, which I'm sure he is.
So this is the ring door bell cam, the ring door footage of a Philadelphia police officer going to check on this guy for a wellness check, and here is the exchange.
Yep. Hey man, how's it going? Are you Jake?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, so someone called in reference to your Facebook post.
The Eagles lost, man.
I know. So
and this now from this point forward, he almost turns into Seth Kushner, because this is what Seth would say.
I'm fine. The Eagles lost and the dogs are barking. I'm pissed.
I got you. You don't plan on hurting yourself?
No, the fucking Jalen Hurts threw 3 turned the ball over 6 times, man.
That's right, yeah. Okay. All right, man. I appreciate it. All right, take it easy.
This is what Seth would say right here.
Hurting yourself?
No, the fucking Jalen Hurts threw 3 turned the ball over 6 times, man.
That's right, yeah. Okay. All right, man. I appreciate it. All right, take it easy.
Honey, what was that all about? Oh, the cops are wanting to know if I killed myself or not.
Oh, there's no woman in that house, Bubba.
Yeah, there's
true.
no girl. There's dogs and him.
It's just exactly.
And peanut butter.
Yeah, that guy in his Facebook, man. That's it.
So I wanted to play this piece. Hopefully, Macho, I'm over here. I'm treading water, my friend. I don't know if you're close.
We're good.
Okay. You were supposed to say we were
good.
We
just got good.
So we're good.
We're good.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Right now.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
Whether you're a contractor or do-it-yourselfer, Sunbelt Rentals is committed to making it easy to get the tools and equipment you need. With a vast network of locations across the U.S. and Canada, no one brings more yes to your project. Our broad inventory and dedicated team of experts makes equipment rental absolutely available, positively reliable, and unquestionably easy. Visit sunbeltrentals.com to reserve your equipment or find a location near you.
Tired of paying sky-high cable TV bills? Sick of juggling endless streaming subscriptions? There's a better way. Go to getabox.com. With Get a Box, you get every channel, every game, every movie ever made. Watch local and national channels, live sports, all your favorite movies, and much, much more. This isn't another subscription. It's a one-time purchase. No contracts, no fees, no nonsense. For a limited time, use promo code BUBBA at checkout for $25 off any box. That's getabox.com, promo code BUBBA.
Is your home looking a little weathered? Transform your home's curb appeal with durable, beautiful fiber cement and vinyl siding from Morgan Exteriors. For a limited time, get 35% off your entire siding project. Enjoy long-lasting, low-maintenance protection with siding built to stand up to Florida's toughest storms, heat, and humidity. Don't wait. Visit MorganExteriorsInc.com today to schedule your free consultation and lock in your 35% off savings. Morgan Exteriors, making Florida homes stronger and more energy efficient for over 30 years.
Big Gus Tractor and Equipment has grown so fast, mostly because you badass Bubba Army and Florida Man Radio. Big Gus is in need for some experienced technicians, and unlike others around, Big Gus will pay you for what you're worth, including payment for all your certifications and continuing education. We're talking about a 6-figure income potential in your very first year with matching 401k. Big Gus Tractor and Equipment, they service all makes and models of agricultural and construction equipment. Apply at BigGusTractor.com. Make sure you tell them Bubba Army.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all of the Bubba Army. Now returns.
Tomorrow, same time, 10 to 1. Lummy, I don't know if he's coming in tomorrow and Thursday or just Thursday, but Brooke Hogan's husband, former NHLer Steve Olinsky,
great guy,
is certainly going to be here, I think, on Thursday. Maybe even tomorrow. I'm trying to work it out for him.
Yeah, probably right now, Thursday. Seth might be a little minute later, so there's an old homeless guy out there going to the mailbox.
What?
Yeah, I guess
right now.
And of all people to stop him, Seth?
No, Merch Crick did.
Oh, Merch Crick did.
Way tougher.
I helped.
Seth was waiting to pee. He was in our pee spot.
Oh no! Did you pee on him?
I didn't know there was
like a Russian, like a good Russian hooker.
So was there really a homeless guy going through our mailbox?
Yes.
He opened it and looked in it, and Merch Crick saw him.
Was she handy with the? Did she have the gun out?
No. The guy was like 85.
The problem we're having here is that the Uber drivers have figured out that between here and AAA is this little, like a little, I don't know, 60 to 70 foot easement that is mostly woods.
And they trashed the fuck out of it.
And it's owned by the city of Tampa, and it would be if they would connect. What's that street right there? Is that Cheryl? No, that street right there, Lummy, that if you were to pull out of our place, make a quick right, then a quick left.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. But yeah.
I think it's Cheryl.
And so they have this easement in case they would want to expand Cheryl to go to the next block over there. They're never going to do it. But it's owned by the city of Tampa. Well, the AAA building, they've put up a big, huge, really, really, Lummy, quite frankly, a very impressive, sexy 6-foot barbed wire fence.
Yes.
Because for the longest time...
Barbed wire? Not playing around, huh?
No, they're not screwing around. So, because for the longest time, these Uber drivers were parking in the AAA parking lot. Now, our parking lot has a gate and it's fenced and you can't get in here. So what these Uber drivers do is within the Uber world, if you're too close to the airport, like circling the airport or in the cell phone lot, the Uber app will lock you out and not give you an airport fare. Because you're not supposed to be circling the airport, causing congestion and things like that. So they have figured out within the app the exact distance they need to be from the airport and get an airport Uber fare. And this road right here, Nassau Street, and the road over that way, Lummy.
Yeah.
are the two closest roads that you can be out of the airport zone and get a fare. Now, these Uber drivers love airport fares because most airport fares would be like Seth flying in and take me to St. Pete, which, what would that, Seth, have you ever Ubered from the airport?
It's probably like $50.
Yeah, so it's a $50 fare for them compared to, little bullshit shuttling fares from here to there. And so they used to park outside the AAA building until the AAA people put fence up. And they literally park up and down the streets of Nassau where you can barely it looks like a fucking parade down here.
They also, from when I come to the Goats on Saturday, they go between Brinks and AAA, and they bring chairs and they have cookouts and they've been barbecuing, and then they just throw all their trash all over.
Yeah.
So wait, these are homeless people, or these are Uber drivers?
These are Uber drivers.
But was an Uber driver going through your mailbox? I don't understand where the homeless connection and the Uber driver comes, Bubba. I'm sorry, I'm trying to follow
it's
hard.
It's not an Uber driver that was going through our. Let me PayPal. Joey Campbell.
All right.
Loves the stream. $20. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. We need the next couple good days. Appreciate you.
Are the Uber drivers feeding the homeless people?
No.
Is that the problem? Like feeding the alligators?
We have two
or
problems.
the bears?
We have two problems here. We have homeless people, but they're not near the problem that the Uber drivers are. But the homeless people will go through your mailboxes. The Uber drivers won't go through your mailboxes, but they'll park right outside your business and literally grill out and throw trash into your ditch.
Yeah.
If you pull out of here and make a right like you're going down the AAA building and you look on the left-hand side, the entire ditch is full of trash because these Uber drivers sit here and literally treat this road as if it was a staging area for Uber.
Is this bringing down our property value?
Well, I don't know if it's bringing down our property value, but it really makes it. There's been times that Lummy has come in here on a Saturday or a Sunday, and he can't pull into the building because there's cars parked everywhere.
Yeah.
I heard he was hanging out at a few of these barbecues, but that was just from my sources.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, what was the
guy going through the mailbox?
Yeah. What was that all about?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what he was looking for, but Merch Crick went out and gave him a couple of stickers, and he seemed to be happy with that. So
said he was a fan.
Perfect.
That's great. Going through our mail. That's great. Appreciate it.
On his bike. Yeah. He rode a bike up.
Of course, it's easy for him to say it's a fan when you've been busted red-handed by going through our mailboxes. So just to let you know, wrestling is as hot. This is how you can tell wrestling, WWE, is on point and have established great characters and are well on their way to being, probably as hot, if not hotter, and more profitable than they've ever been, even when Vince, even when Hogan was, even from, let's say, WrestleMania 3 on. WrestleMania 3 was kind of the big event that really put WWE on the map. And at that time, man, when you would go out into public, the baby faces, the good guys would be cheered, and they would literally, when wrestling was at its hottest and most believable and the fans were behind it, they fuck with and the fans boo the bad guy. And this clip right here has Gunther, who just defeated John Cena in John Cena's last match. Did you like the finish, Seth? Do you think that was, did you think John was going to go over on his last match? Or does it show John's unselfishness to the business to hand the torch out and to be, the class act that he was? Because there's a lot of guys like Bret Hart and Hogan and other dudes that if it was their last match and they were retiring, they'd have to go over. Whereas maybe John Cena is just a cut above classness and, says, I'm going to lose clean in the middle to our number one heel right now.
A lot of people are upset that John Cena went the classic route of, I guess going out on your back and putting over the next guy, which
clean in the middle.
Yeah, which it worked. But I thought for a moment when I saw, when I was watching Saturday night and I saw, 19,000 people and all of them were wearing Cena shirts and the place was fucking unglued. I was like, man, maybe there's a chance that he might win, and maybe there's a chance that you might leave the crowd feeling good.
Maybe like it's a double fuck job or something like that.
Yeah,
it's like something a little bit convoluted.
Yeah, but he ended up tapping out, which was like the worst thing for fans. And then, Triple H and the whole locker room came out after because they had a video package and everything like that, and they started chanting "Fuck you, Triple H." So yeah, the crowd was not happy.
So the crowd didn't like the finish at all.
No.
But that's great because that means they got heat.
It was probably the right move because everybody. But somebody, Ariel Hawani brought it up yesterday. Like, why aren't you giving the fans what they want? Like, why are you going this old route of wrestling where you're doing the exact opposite of what the people want? Why not give the people what they want?
Much like when The Rock wrestled Hogan, and I was there in Toronto when and it was the passing of the torch, and Vince. The problem they had was Hogan was NWO heel. He had the NWO beard on and was heel, and Rock was at that point the biggest baby they had. And as they're working the match, a lot of people don't know this. I do because Hogan and I discussed it. But Rock was supposed to go over way harder than it did, but they could feel the temperature. And I guess these two guys were guys that could call their own shots. And Rock, Hogan did one clean in the middle, but Hogan got a lot of offense, had a lot of false finishes, and they kind of tweaked the match a little bit midway, because Hogan at that point was calling the shots, and so it I think you're right in the fact that like old school wrestling would have maybe had it go the way it did, but why not? Like you said, you got 19,500 people that all got their John Cena shirts on. He's certainly probably by most people's wrestling standards on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
The dude has the record for the most Make-A-Wishes granted at like 650. They are running pieces on ESPN about some of the kids that he's met. And I was just thinking about, man, maybe they're going to make all those kids, all those sick kids that have met John along the way, maybe they're going to make those kids feel good for a minute. No, they're not.
Yeah. Wait a second. So, he's got cancer though now too, I read. Is that true?
No.
Cena?
No.
Is that false news?
That's false.
Yeah.
Because I was going to think he's going to need to make a wish, and maybe his wish could be to be champion again.
No, stop, Dan. You're danning it up right now.
Not really. I read that he had cancer.
Hold on. When I tell you you're danning it up, then you cannot tell me not really.
But I did read that though.
Okay, well we told you that it was wrong.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No problem. So, but here's the deal. So
it says he's got cancer.
Am I wrong?
Maybe I'll have to babyface on Dan.
Jesus, I wasn't trying to be a dick or kind of program. I legitimately read that on more than one source.
The wrestler shared earlier this year that he had skin cancer.
Okay,
so he's kind of melanoma, or
right? He's got a spot on his back.
He's got a freckle.
Dan, he had a cancer.
Dan, those can be removed, and as long as they get the margins, you're okay.
Yes. Okay, so we're both wrong.
He had a cancerous spot on his right.
You're wrong.
He had cancer.
He had a cancer spot where, Seth?
On his right pec, and he's perfectly healthy now. Everything's good.
So,
thank God. So he had cancer and got cured all within 20 seconds.
They should have had the dermatologist cut it out right there in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Well, if Vince was in charge, they probably would have done that.
So here's the deal, man. Like, you're right, Seth. Like, why do you bury the guy? And then the ultimate form of, like, the way to lose, there's a couple different ways to lose. There's one, to lose clean in the middle. And that's what he did. Well, no. Then there's a tap out in the middle, which kind of shows weakness and disrespect. And then there's a fuck job where you lose and you got
a technicality.
Well, or a run in or a DQ or a technicality where somebody distracts the referee and somebody hits you over the head with a fucking chair and the referee didn't see it. Then it's like a fuck job deal. It's just not clean, And then there's the way that they made John go out, which was a tap out, which Seth in the overall wrestling, finish world is kind of the most disrespectful way for a guy to go.
Yeah, I think that was John. I mean, John Cena's whole thing was never give up, and Gunther obviously, made him tap out.
But what this does do is if you're talking about business though, Seth, we're looking at it kind of like a Mark deal. If you look at business, does this not, let me just play this. This is Gunther walking out of the building, having to be escorted by police because the fans fucking hate him so much, and they are booing him and telling him. So the heat that he got is real, and that's good for business. Like as much Cena almost had to tap out to put Gunther over that much as a heel. So as bad as it was for John, it's great to establish how much of a fucking heel Gunther is, right? I mean,
yeah, that's why they did it.
Yeah. He needs a full-blown police escort to his hotel room. That's how much.
Jesus.
I mean, that's
imagine blowing people from Game of Thrones. It's just a TV show, man.
Hold on.
I'm into it, but it's just a TV show.
That's real heat right there.
Oh, yeah, they're mad.
So as much as Cena had to really do kind of a fuck job in the middle where you tap out, which is a sign of weakness, it also shows you a couple things. One, John Cena always does what's best for the business,
which is why he's a multi-millionaire.
And he is, really one of the ultimate guys when it comes to doing. Undertaker was another guy that always did what was the best for business. Hogan didn't necessarily always do the best for what was business. Hogan did the best for what was good for Hulk Hogan. But there's some business guys in there, and John Cena's at the very top next to the Undertaker and a few others that always did the best for business. And what the best for business was for John to be humbled, to tap out. And then that just makes your heel the biggest fucking heel now. And Gunther's going to draw more than he ever has. And he's going to be the most hated. I can't think of right now, Seth, a bigger heel that they've had because of this event in I don't know how many years.
No, the other guy that I think gets real heat is Logan Paul.
Or CM Punk, right?
Oh, he's the champ. But everybody loves CM Punk now.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
A couple. First one is, Andre the Giant had to lose to Hulk Hogan, right? And then Hulk Hogan lost to The Rock, right? So Cena had to lose.
Yes.
You just don't like the way he lost?
Yeah,
Is that the problem?
Well, yeah, they made him tap.
So by tapping, that just...
listen, Andre did a job clean in the middle. Hogan did a job for Rock clean in the middle, which is the most respectful way to put a guy over.
Like a classic finish?
Yes, but... When you make the ultimate babyface, the champion, the legend, the Mount Rushmore, the Hall of Famer, one of the greatest of all times, you make that, and that guy's passing the torch, and you're trying to create this guy that he's wrestling as the ultimate heel, which they have. I guess clean in the middle wasn't good enough as far as getting heat. They wanted him to tap Cena in a submission kind of deal, the greatest of all time. Like, you could never even wrap your mind around, Seth, like Andre tapping. Like, Andre would never fucking tap.
No, Cena hadn't tapped out in over 20 years.
And The Rock or Hogan were never going to fucking tap. Their ego just wouldn't allow it.
But I watched Brock Lesnar tap out to, was it Silva? Who made him tap? Was it
in the UFC?
Yeah, in UFC.
Dan,
wait a second.
That's real fighting.
Let me finish my sentence and my thought. Who did he tap out to?
I gotta look it up.
Silva?
Yeah, Anderson. I don't know who the fuck he
okay,
tapped
whoever
out.
it was. He tapped out to the guy, good-looking guy. And then there was the rematch. And he made that guy's face permanently changed. He beat him so badly. So
Dan,
you don't think there's going to possibly be a $40, $50, $100 million rematch?
No.
You don't think everyone will buy it?
See, you don't know anything about wrestling.
Apparently I don't, but in a marketing world, it would make the most sense.
This has been a year-long retirement tour. This was the date that he was going. No, there's not. No, you're not looking at this from a person that has any knowledge with regards to this business.
So Hogan never locked up with The Rock again after that match. He lost to him.
No,
even though he wrestled again.
No, he never wrestled The Rock again.
Okay.
Dan, there are people, and when John Cena was doing his press run to promote this, there are a lot of people, and he answered these questions that don't believe that was his last match, that believe that something's going to happen at a WrestleMania or something, in Saudi Arabia or whatever. But he was adamant about, like, we set this up. I'm telling you, he's like, you can think that there's going to be more, but he said, I want you guys to have closure. This is going to be my last match.
And traditionally, these are the last matches.
And hold on.
Historically.
And with him, traditionally, he's a man of his word. You know, he's not like Kiss that says this is our last tour, and that was like, you know, in 77.
Right, like Hollywood wasn't waiting for Ric Flair when Ric Flair said he was done.
Right. You got to understand, John Cena has Hollywood, you know, and Rock has set, and Batista and some other guys have set the example that these guys can go make more money, be an action star, you know, being you know, A-list celebrities in Hollywood than having to put your body through what you have to put your body through 200 nights a year as a WWE, you know, full-time roster guy. So he's got Hollywood waiting for him. You know, he's got Lasker as a neighbor.
They quit doing house shows, Bubba.
Oh, they did?
They don't do house shows anymore.
They don't even do house shows anymore. So, you know, it would be great if WrestleMania, Gunther was out there. I mean, listen, Dan, in principle, you're right. If John Cena wasn't so a man of his word and he has a plan as to where he's going, and that's Hollywood.
So he's been doing it for years already, and he's a superstar.
Exactly. So
he's a megastar.
Nothing would be bigger, Seth will tell you right now, for WrestleMania than Gunther's beating the shit out of somebody, and he's getting ready to do the 1, 2, 3, and next thing you know, fucking John Cena's been underneath the ring the entire time. He sneaks out, much like, remember when they had Doink the Clown underneath the ring for WrestleMania in Las Vegas, and he had to stay under there? Listen, when they put somebody under the ring, you have to stay under there
the whole time
before the fans get there.
Oh,
so
crap!
They put you
There's
under.
no trap doors and stuff.
No, they put you under there with a monitor, like a little TV monitor, and like a piss jug.
Get the hell out of here, dude! They had a guy under the ring Saturday night for the John Cena thing, Joe Henry. I was like, they have to have a door or something at this point.
They do not.
You're not giving these people piss jugs.
Okay.
You had a piss jug and a little cot and a TV and some headphones?
Since I'm wrong, why don't you do some further research on it? And you'll see that I'm right.
I believe you, Bubba.
I'm
just saying you don't think it's evolved. You don't think there's been an evolution.
Yeah, they wear diapers now.
All right. The only way they would be able to do it, Seth, is if there was any time during the show where they turned all the lights out. Which at that point you now have a fire hazard.
Okay, all right, that's a possibility. Is turning all the lights out.
Turning, in a match where all the lights went out for 2 or 3 minutes, but you got to sneak the guy down the gangway, under the ring. I mean, so no, they maybe you can research, but in any matches where WWF or WWE or WCW or anybody else like that has a guy come out from underneath the ring. They have to put him in there before they open the doors to the marks, and they give him a piss jug. They give him a monitor so he knows when to go. He knows what's happening in front of him, and they build like a little
they call it the bed.
Yeah, they built and so read it.
So it looks like you're correct that they used to do that, but now it looks like they do it during commercial breaks or when the lights go out. They've been able to sneak them under, and
so
what
they'll have to do, what they'll have to do with that then for the sneak under is they'll have to have the guy in the first couple rows as a fan so highly disguised that he jumps the guardrail and sneaks underneath the where he's supposed to be underneath the ring, and then he'll get ready and it'll be at least a match. He'll be underneath there at least a match or two before he invades. So,
poor Doink, man. I mean, he had with all the makeup and his costume with the piss jug.
Yeah.
They didn't even think of the lights thing back then.
Dan, do you ever eat at J. Alexander's?
Why? I don't understand.
I'm asking the question.
I have before.
It's a fancy restaurant.
Yeah, I have.
Here in Steak Row, so to speak. Mm-hmm. I think it's actually over off of Dale Mabry.
It's like Midtown sort of. Yeah.
Like Dale Mabry and 275, just a little bit right there.
Cypress.
Yeah.
Spruce.
So it's fancy. It's a fancy.
Nice place.
I've eaten there a couple times over my lifetime. Mm-hmm. They're now charging a packaging fee for takeout and throw out. So here's a guy confronting
throw out.
Yeah, like I guess if you don't clean your plate,
what?
Or if you ask for a doggy bag. They add a packaging fee to your bill. Here it is.
You have a packaging fee here, but you guys...
This is J. Alexander's, which is a very well-known, been around for 25 plus years here in Tampa, J. Alexander Steakhouse.
You have a packaging fee here, but you guys... that you have on the bill. And you don't tell anybody when they're placing an order that there's a packaging fee, but you expect them to pay it.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to leave the restaurant now.
Is that what you're asking?
I'm going to have you trespass.
Well, who's the general manager?
I'm the assistant general manager.
You are? Okay. Do you have a card?
No, but I'm going to have you...
So here he is, guys. So this is J. Alexander's in Tampa. So they're charging a packaging fee. Right now with the packaging fee...
I'll see you later.
This dipshit right here is telling people that you've got to pay for a packaging fee.
So how much is it, Lummy?
So everybody can see.
Maybe
6% for the fee.
The J. Alexander's
6% of your entire bill?
$3 packaging.
And what's that fee for?
He's gonna tell you right now. Everybody be quiet. Hold on.
You can see that J. Alexander's is going to charge a $3 packaging fee for a carryout.
So
it's 6% for the on top of the meal.
Yeah. So now is that for takeout? Or is that for a doggy bag?
Takeout.
Takeout, yeah.
Takeout meal.
So, takeout is far less labor intensive than having a server wait on a table. Am I not right?
That's why they get 6% instead of 15 or 18 or 20%.
They should get nothing.
Well, dude, you get shamed at a food truck. They swing the screen across to you and it says 15%, 20%, 25% on a burrito on a food truck. They want you to tip 25%. The shame has been this silent shaming of the consumer since COVID. No one wants to touch money and stuff, and they swing that frickin' screen around at you when you're trying to pay, and it asks you to leave a tip. At CVS for your frickin' penicillin, they ask you for a tip. It's unbelievable, Bubba. They ask for a tip for everything.
Yeah, if the Bucks game now too, if you get up and get a soda, they have 15, 20, 25%.
Yeah, they swing it around at you and wait to see what button you press.
They saying now for a soda at the Bucks game, is it added on or are they begging for it?
Oh, they're begging for it.
So they
on anything, not even.
Well, here's the thing. Anything to do with swiping or inserting your card, they automatically have a throw me a tip gimmick.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're getting a fucking soda or you're getting takeout from J. Alexander. Everybody wants a fucking tip.
Yep. It's unbelievable.
Well, I can't really blame them. I mean, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. I mean, your favorite content providers are also out here fucking sucking dick for tips too. So I can understand, Lummy. We're asking people to swipe their credit card too. The John Costikas and speaking of which, Rainey, our lovely the realtor of the stars. In Oklahoma, which will be bringing her lovely husband here to Barb. Did you know Barb's only a month away?
Wow.
Barb's only a month away. Now, Dan, I know that you will absolutely be at Barb. I know that you will be.
Yes, I'll be there.
I mean, there's not even any
I got my
question.
Elvis. I'm working on my Elvis thing.
What?
I was going to do an Elvis thing, but I can't sing Elvis. I can't do it.
And I wouldn't let you.
Yeah, you would. It was good. I'd screen it in front of you first.
Well, I just prefer you to be Dan.
Did you do anything? Did you do a thing last year, Dan?
No, he wouldn't let me.
It was very peaceful. It was very nice.
Yeah, it was a little boring.
It was very nice.
There's something missing.
You know we're going to do the standard.
Nice.
As soon as I introduce you, you're going to... who's flicking the
knife? I got my knife. Just got my knife.
Yeah,
Bubba Army. It's beautiful.
Dan,
Bubba, thank you.
You know that makes a really obnoxious sound.
Okay.
And I'm very critical of my
I've watched
audio
you do it all the time. I'm sorry.
Me and you are different, my friend.
True. True that.
Be like you walking in to your surgery center
and you playing with all the equipment in my offices. That's never happened. Oh, Danny, what does this laser do? Zap from across the room.
At this particular point, I have to take a step back and apologize to Dan. I am a man that tries to be somewhat honest. And when Dan walks into the office, I already got the laughing gas turned on, and I'm already taking hits of the laughing gas.
He's got a bag with the tubing with his name on it.
And so the nurses all hate me. Jennifer, which is better known as Nab, a nice ass, bad attitude, she walks in and just looks at me with disgust and said, I just want to let you know that I hate both you and my boss, and for him creating this monster.
Same look that I'm sure merch could give you sometimes.
That allows you to come in here and fucking jib-jab around with some of our equipment. So, Dan, point well taken, my friend. Flick that knife all you want, bitch.
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. I do fuck with
It is
Dan's
loud,
shit.
though. It is loud.
What's this laser do? What's this thing? Where does Dan keep his needles? Oh my God. Does anybody got a wrench for the laughing gas tank? Because I got to get this thing on. I got my own tubing, and I got to get this thing on. Oh my God, it's not enough pressure. Naba, can you show me how to turn the pressure up on this? She's like, I hate you and him because he allows you to come in and act like this. I'm like, oh, sorry. So Dan, flick away, bitch.
That's all right,
all you want.
Thank you, though.
We now
Did you listen to this? Watch this. I don't know.
Just what is
Now, Dan, I'm going to ask you: would this family have a potential civil claim with the funeral home for doing this? I'm going to play the story, and then you tell me what you think.
Okay.
Here we go.
Were you going off with rating on anything? You were saying.
Oh
about
yeah,
rating.
I'm so sorry. I should get my my knife out too because I think Rainey sent us a little package.
Yeah.
And here, by the way, the
so confused.
the latest in Bubba. Now, Dan, do you like the new design? We've sold out of our first 2 runs of Bubba Army Mexican switchblade like knives. We sold
The
out.
stiletto.
We sold them out. The one was all black, and it just had the Bubba Army logo on the blade, and then one was white with skulls with the Bubba Army on the blade, and then this one actually has the entire Bubba Army as its case.
It feels like it's a better knife.
I think it's the same guy. It's the same guy. Yeah, but
it seems more solid today.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love it.
So
It's got a nice mechanism.
Let me look out. Bam! Look at that, buddy.
Ooh.
So I'm opening this package. This is from Rainey, and I'm assuming it's Christmas presents for us. Look at this. I think, ladies and gentlemen, even Seth Kushner has one of these knives. I think.
Oh yeah, it's right here.
Or well, he never takes it outside.
What do you mean? I thought we're supposed to keep it here to help you sell. Sell.
No, I thought. Well, there also comes a time where you need to take it home and protect.
Well, I have the other logoed knives to help stab people.
Oh, okay. So you got other ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So just imagine though, when it's ever used in real life, it's all of a sudden it's going to be like, in the evidence you just see Bubba Army.
Can you imagine if a guy stabbed a guy and then they were showing the evidence?
That's what I'm saying.
It was a Bubba Army knife. Did you at one time in my '98 rock career? There was a guy in Sarasota that robbed a 7-Eleven with a Bubba Army shirt on.
Oh, no way. It was everywhere.
And they were showing the story, and it was Bubba Army shirt. The guy goes, and the news even said the guy was identified wearing a local radio show's logo. They wouldn't even fucking put me over. All right, so this is Bubba Seth Macho. Does this go to all of us?
Yeah, just open it.
All right, well, I got.
It's a docking station.
I got first.
We're like the space station.
I will tell you this one.
Buy Hasbro, a new docking station.
Rainey really.
Good ad rings.
She really.
You did it?
She really packed this thing quite efficiently. I mean, it's crazy here. Getting all this out. What feels like a bottle of liquor, and I would say that it probably goes to Lummy.
All right. Thank you.
And then let me see here. Let me make sure that there's nothing else that I'm missing. Any cards or anything like that. Any tube and stuff like that. I think we're good. Okay.
Is there a hiding under the ring?
So, yes, Lummy.
All right.
So come get this Lum. All right. And there's a bottle of liquor that's sticking out somewhere, and I just knew that it was for our functioning alcoholic, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Congrats, Lummy.
Now, this pack says Bubba Seth Macho. So Seth has instructed me to open it on his behalf. I got my Bubba Army Mexican-like switchblade that's available. By the way, you can go to Bubba Army Shop, Bubba Army Store, and Bubba Army merch and buy that very same Mexican-like switchblade to protect you and your family in the midst of
what makes it Mexican?
I don't know. It just seems Mexican to me.
The knife?
Mexicans, like when you think about a certain percentage of the population that would have a switchblade, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Hunters.
No, Mexican.
Mexican gangs in Southern California.
Bubba, Seth. Here you go, Seth.
Oh, thank you.
And Macho Man. So, Macho Man, your gift is in here. Everybody open up your gift.
Oh, thank you, Rainey.
Lummy, did you get your bottle of alcohol there?
Well, right now I'm opening it.
Bubba and the Merch Crick, thank you for making me laugh every day for 20 years. Onward and upward. I'm here for it all. Love Rainey, and then Lummy the Standard. And I've asked people now.
Did you get the risque Polaroids in your card, Bubba?
No, I didn't get the beaver, the hustler like beaver shots in mine. No, I did not.
Oh wow!
But I got a $100 gift card from the Outback, Lummy. And remember, I've asked people to switch it up and maybe start giving me instead of switching it up from Longhorn, maybe to the Outback deal.
Yeah, you're getting classier for the new year.
I am.
Thank you.
Rainey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rainey. Macho Man, your card is here. When you're done doing your thing, you can come get them. Dan, moving on. Thank you. By the way, this is for Rainey. Thank you, Rainey. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at The Bubba Army as we have today and tomorrow.
Do we have to turn our presents into you, Sponjo?
What do you mean?
So you can take like 5 off the top of the gift card?
When would I ever do that?
Well, I don't know. I'm just
that
saying
would be
everything we
you
want.
Would do if this was the Seth Radio Network, we would have to give you a VIG, and I'm not that way, my friend.
Okay. Just checking.
So, Dan, over to the story, which is pretty fucked up. Like, this is really fucked up.
To just what is a shocking story from the ABC 7 News I-team.
Hard to believe. A San Jose funeral home is accused of making a terrible mistake in mishandling human remains.
Wait till you hear this. So, Dan, you've been through, with me and my stepfather, he was to be cremated. So we've all dealt with, funerals and body preservation and things like that. Your dad was a little more traditional. Jeff was cremated, so we got an urn with his ashes and did a celebration of life. Your father had a graveside deal.
We ended up with the mausoleum.
And he's in a mausoleum.
But we did a big church thing. It was wonderful. It was huge.
But Hillsborough County, full-blown police escort with my boy Mr. Clean and the boys. It was just very, very. But it was.
Thanks to all those guys again.
But it was more traditional in the fact that there was a casket and then put into a mausoleum. Cremation's a way different animal.
Completely.
How do you give a father his son's brains and not a bag of clothing? Anita.
Listen to this. How fucked up this is. Look at that switchblade. I know you need one. Merch Crick's ready to make that. You fill that order and make that run right to the airport, saving an additional day. You can probably get it by Christmas if you get on there now. We got the new windbreakers. There's just a bunch of great stuff up there.
Yeah,
save a life with that point. You will save a life.
Here we go.
Filed a lawsuit saying a funeral director gave him a bag with what was supposed to be his son's clothing. But once he got home, he realized the bag contained his son's brain.
So he goes to the funeral home, Dan, and he's supposed to be getting what he thinks is his son's clothing because, they put different clothes on him if it's going to be a showing or something like that. And instead, in the bag is his son's brain. Now, how can that happen?
Well, you would think that, a shirt, a pair of shoes, and a pair of jeans would weigh differently than a human brain in a bottle.
Why would, as you're embalming and getting a body ready for whatever, because he's not being cremated at that point. Maybe it was a showing or maybe it was even a closed casket. But what would even, what procedure or in what instance would a funeral home be taking out a brain?
Here's what probably happened. We're not hearing. The only way that would happen, there's one of two ways that would happen. The more likely way is the guy had an autopsy.
Okay.
And so the medical examiner of that county or city took out the brain and probably misidentified the packages when they were sending it to the funeral home. That could have easily been a labeling issue.
Instead of clothes, it was labeled brain.
It was brain. Now, why after they measured the brain, they just didn't put it back into the skull, I don't know.
Can you do that?
I don't know. Yeah, you can just slap it back in there and staple it shut and you're done.
Right.
I don't know that I don't know what they do with organs after they weigh them during an autopsy. I don't know if they discard them as biomedical waste, and then they just give you kind of like, everything but the.
They stuff your head full of sawdust.
Yeah, I don't know,
Like-
Bubba. I haven't seen like a forensic.
So that's like a
autopsy.
section of medical. Of the medical world that you're not quite up to speed with, and that is with regards to like when you do an autopsy,
because they'll measure the weight of the brain,
I think it's not uncommon for them to take the brain out.
Yeah, they'll weigh it. They'll weigh the liver, they'll weigh the spleen, they'll weigh the brain, they'll weigh the pancreas. There's a couple organs they tend to weigh, and the brain's one of them. You'll see brain weight, 785 grams.
Do you know what the approximate brain weight's supposed to be?
I think it's in the 700s.
This is horrifying, obviously. The I-Team's Dan Noyes has been investigating how this could possibly happen. He is here tonight with a story, Dan.
Would there be a civil case, Dan? There's got to be all kinds of pains and suffering and mental distress and all kinds of shit, right?
Yes.
And it's widely said that no father should have to bury his son. But the pain for this San Jose family is even worse because of what appears to be a ghastly mistake. 27-year-old Alexander Pignon passed away on May 19th of this year. His family asked me not to report the cause or manner of death.
Okay, right there. Stop, Bubba. A young guy dying, suspicious death, probably had an autopsy, right? They're not even talking about the cause of death. This is so that the circumstances are sketchy. So this is telling me that this gentleman or this child probably had an autopsy, which would be the only, because what funeral home is going to pull the brain and then like give it back to you in a separate bag?
I don't even think that's the funeral home's gig.
No, they don't do that. They'll embalm, but they don't pull organs.
Struggling with their loss and with their
sell
experience at the Lima Family Erickson Memorial Chapel on Willow Street in San Jose.
They wanted to do what's right for their son, and they wanted to have a dignified farewell for him.
Sam Rehabs filed a lawsuit for the family that says they agreed to pay Lima more than $10,000 for a full-service memorial tribute package. They also wanted to give nicer clothes for Alex to wear during the burial service.
So a full-service tribute package, Dan's probably like a showing, like a wake, and they're showing an open casket showing.
And then the funeral. And then the actual burial.
Yeah, an open casket showing.
Right.
And they gave them,
embalming.
They sent like some nice, like a suit or something like that for the body to be shown.
Right. And makeup.
And then from there, a hearse ride and a graveside, service. And that's what that is.
Mm-hmm. And asked the funeral director to return what he was wearing at the time of death. The lawsuit says Anita Singh handed Alex's father a bag. He went home to put it straight into the laundry and out tumbled brain material into the washing machine.
To them at that point, they had no idea that it was their son's brain that was in the washing machine. They didn't know if it was mixed up with somebody else's brain, whether it was their son's. They had not a single idea.
Alex's father scooped
I think that guy right there is kind of their equivalent to a J.D. Acco, I think.
Out the brain, put it back in the bag, and returned it to Anita Singh at the funeral home.
Miss Singh took the bag back from him, never disclosed whose brain it was, never gave information, no apologies, and said, I'll take that from here.
The next day, Alex was buried at Oak Hill Memorial Cemetery. Weeks later, the lawsuit says, a whistleblower who works at the funeral home came
we might get the real gimmick here.
Forward to confirm it was Alex's brain in that bag, and that after the mix-up, funeral director Anita Singh placed it in a box and left it outside in the funeral home's courtyard for 2.5 months. Finally, an employee spotted the box with the bag inside.
Wouldn't it have maggots and... Dan, what does the brain consist of? Like what kind of material? Like a spongy like material?
It's a little firmer than that. It's nerves. It's neurons, and it has a shell around it.
Is it like a Nerf football kind of?
But Bubba, I think that if we have to really examine language here, because stories tend to be sensationalized, my theory would be, again, maybe this guy got shot in the head, and some of his brain got stuck in the clothing they took off at the scene.
Oh, so
and he had it all.
It wasn't necessarily the brain intact.
I don't think it was a whole brain in a bag, because someone would recognize that. I'm handing you a brain in a bag. It weighs 3 pounds. Doesn't make any sense. Why is this brain in a bag? And the guy that took it to the washroom, like there was clothing. So maybe it was a chunk of brain that maybe was due to the initial injury that got stuck in the clothing, like when a sock gets stuck in the corner of a fitted sheet.
And became
overwhelmed. It looks like when the washing machine was on, brain material tumbled out when the cycle began. So it was in
smell
between
of
the
a
clothes.
rotting human brain.
Don't get me wrong, errors can happen.
But Dan, to have the brain stored outside for 2.5 months.
That's weird too. That doesn't make any sense either.
That's neglect.
I don't know why they have a funeral home will have a biohazard bags, and why they just wouldn't put whatever material was accidentally left in the clothing into a biohazard bag and have it disposed of as medical waste. I don't understand.
What should not happen is that you cover up your errors, and that's what the funeral home has done here.
The Lima Family Funeral Home referred me to its owner, Service Corporation International, or SCI, the largest funeral service company in North America. They operate under the Dignity Memorial brand, pledging...
So, Dan, it's probably a big hedge fund company that owns like 150.
Bought all these little funeral homes. Because look at Lima Family Funeral Chapel.
Which is owned by DCI, which is a huge corporation that owns 200 other funeral homes, which is a hedge fund company.
Liable service.
We need to get every detail right the first time. Every time.
SCI spokesperson Christopher James sent me an email. Due to active litigation, we won't be commenting on this matter.
Look at that douchebag.
My next stop was the Lima Family Chapel, looking for the funeral director. An office manager told me Anita Singh did work here, but she left for good 2 weeks ago. I was able to catch up with the funeral director as she arrived home. I'm Dan Noyes from Channel 7. How do you give a father his son's brains and not a bag of clothing?
She's not
Anita. Singh just backed away.
It wasn't It wasn't not a bag of clothing. Just like Lummy said, it was mixed in within the clothes. It was just some brain material.
To the family. I scheduled an interview with...
This is a little bit salacious reporting.
Alex Pignon's parents, but they were too emotional and decided they couldn't talk about their ordeal.
Well, we need their side of the story.
Just yet. In the meantime, their lawsuit moves forward.
Negligence, including negligent mishandling of human remains, negligent infliction of emotional distress, intentional infliction of emotional distress.
And their lawyers are negotiating a plan to reunite Alex's brain with the rest of him.
So, Dan, that means they're going to dig up, exhume his body, and listen, the guy's dead, laying 6 foot in the ground with a vault on top of you. It does not, and then his brain's now part of his remains is inconsequential at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Bubba, if you had your hand blown off and you were dead and buried, and then 3 months later they found a finger. They found a finger. Let's exhume his body to stuff this finger in his casket.
I need to put my will, man. If you find any body parts or something,
posthumously, just burn them.
Grind them up and put it in mom's dressing for
kill.
We don't know the extent of how much suffering they're going to go through for the remainder of their life, but I can tell you it's something that they're never going to forget. It's something they're going to have to live with forever.
I also reached out to the company's attorney on the case. He did not answer. He also has not filed a response to the lawsuit yet in court, and it's been more than 2 months. I'll keep track of what happens, Dan Ahman.
Thank you very much. When we return, we got Trump talking about Rob Reiner. I have an opinion about this, but I may have to muffle it in fear of getting just absolutely killed. That and the fact that it looks like...
as long as you're not the father of Reiner's son, you think you're safe.
They have... there's a new drug that they have approved for menopausal women.
Oh.
Which is probably pretty cool. And then I want to, before we leave today, talk about the hero of the guy that tackled the assassin at the Bondi Beach in Australia. And he actually has a GoFundMe account. And that would actually be a GoFundMe account that I actually would be interested in sending like $100 to.
Is this the guy that we saw the video of?
Yeah. Wrestling the shotgun away?
He got shot?
Yeah, he got shot.
Oh, he did get shot too?
Yes.
He got shot by the police.
Really? Because he had the gun? That's why he put the gun down? Because the police were shooting him?
Yeah, police thought he was a suspect.
He has a GoFundMe account.
That's the problem when you get involved.
And then let me, we probably got to get into the Rob Reiner stuff.
Yeah.
We'll probably do that next. So I'm going to try to get all 3 of those in before we wrap today's show up.
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
If it's dealing with construction and forestry, road building, concrete, minerals and crushing, agricultural and turf, golf and sports, or maybe just a good old-fashioned rental, Beard Equipment is your place to be. More information, you can go to beardequipment.com. With dealerships from Mobile, Alabama, 9 locations in Florida, 2 locations in South Carolina, Cincinnati, Nashville, or Kentucky, Beard Equipment's got you handled. Your exclusive John Deere dealer. For more information, beardequipment.com.
Speed, power, performance, and top-notch results on the turf and on the track. Skag Power Equipment is mowing down the competition. Built by hard-working Americans in state-of-the-art facilities, Skag machines are made to last. Don't get left behind. Visit your local Skag dealer to discover the Skag difference for yourself. Skag, simply the best.
Got Diacos? My name is synonymous with breast surgery. If you want better breasts, let me, Dr. Dan Diaco, help. I'm a board-certified plastic surgeon with over 20 years of experience and have performed over 5,000 breast procedures. If you want perkier breasts, whether bigger or smaller, let me help. Are you tired of loose or sagging skin in your face, neck, breasts, or tummy? Let me, Dr. Dan Diaco, a board-certified plastic surgeon with 20 years of experience, help you. I use the latest technology such as Face Tight and Body Tight to both tighten skin and remove fat.
If you like the outdoors like we do, and if you have stackable toolboxes on your truck, job site, or on your utility vehicle, then you're going to need FUJ Outdoors LLC. FUJOutdoors.com offers you an array of covers for your stackable toolboxes to stop the elements from getting inside or breaking down one of your highest expenses of your company, and that, my friends, is your tools. You don't want a wet, muddy tool. It's like sand in your shorts at the beach, so cover them up. FUJOutdoors.com. Enter promo code BUBBA20 at checkout for 20% off your order. FUJOutdoors.com.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, all at the Bubba Army, now returns.
Mushroom Mitch, $50 on the PayPal. We're just like that local food truck and or steak joint that's got our hand out for a tip. That's how we keep it all going. We appreciate you, from the likes of the Great Rainy to Thug and Chug. This is FTE Greg and Amy. FTE Greg and Amy, just $50 just now as well. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all app, the Bubba Army. Appreciate it. Also, don't forget that your merchandise and what you buy at Bubba Army Store, Bubba Army Merch, Bubba Army Shop is now, starting this year, can be figured into your 20. We lowered it to 2,000. Did we not, Lemmy?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we lowered it to 2,000. And what you buy on the internet and what you buy merchandise wise can be figured into that number, which we never did before. Continuing the Rob Reiner saga, if you will. Him and his wife fatally stabbed by their son, Nick. I guess a couple, maybe during Conan O'Brien's Christmas party?
Yeah, the night before, I think.
They were arguing. Yeah. Here's NBC on how they covered it.
Police say the person responsible for the brutal murders of Hollywood icon Rob Reiner and his wife Michele is their very own son.
They worked throughout the night on this case and were able to take into custody Nick Reiner, a suspect in this case.
The 32-year-old arrested at 9:15 last night, according to police.
So this was last night, let me write. This story's not a day old. Did he get arrested last night?
Was it Monday night or was it Sunday? Or I guess, yeah.
Yeah, last night, Monday night. Oh.
Monday night.
Less than 6
Sunday night.
Hours after the disturbing discovery of the couple's bodies inside their Brentwood home.
Verifying we have 2 cardiac arrests.
A source close to the family telling NBC News both appeared to suffer fatal stab wounds. Nick had been living with his parents on and off, according to 2 sources with knowledge of the
situation. What was he so mad about?
I don't know.
Situation.
You have to be really mad to stab 2 people to the point of death.
I think he was
really
especially
mad.
Somebody that's related to you, like your mom or dad.
Your father and your stepmom.
Thrown by Conan O'Brien on Saturday night. Those sources tell us Nick was disruptive and made guests feel uncomfortable, adding that Rob and Michele were embarrassed by his behavior and even expressed worries about his health.
All I ever wanted was a way to kill the noise.
In 2015, the father and son teamed up on the movie Being Charlie, a film based on Nick's own struggles with drugs.
It's not a secret, but my son, Nick, who was one of the writers of the screenplay, had his problems with substance abuse, and he went...
Lummy, Jason Christ. Keep up the great show.
Nice.
Love the new time. Will Brian be in tomorrow? I'm sorry, will Brian be in on Thursday? Was Brian coming in on Thursday, Seth? Do you know?
I don't think so, but I think Gene is. It's Gene's birthday, and he said he would come in.
Okay, fantastic.
With the Steve, kicker.
We'll also have Steve, too.
Through a number of rehab programs.
The Reiners and their 3 children together recently, photographed on a red carpet in September. That's Nick in the middle. Reiner, the son of legendary comedian Carl Reiner, first gained fame as Archie Bunker's son-in-law on All in the Family.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Stivic.
Which, by the way, in today's world, you could never have this type of program. Remember,
he was a dinosaur then, and that was the funniness of it. That he was so behind in his times. Eddie, Archie,
you are a meathead.
No, but he would be like, man, the coloreds that live down the road are really, like bringing the house value down.
Yeah, you can't say that anymore.
I know you can't. No. But I mean, he would say that on network television, and it was the #1 show.
Pivoting to film, writing and directing beloved movies, spanning genres.
No, don't touch it.
I was just pointing at it.
Well, don't point.
From The Princess Bride.
Life is pain, Highness. Anyone who says differently is selling something.
To redefining rom-coms with When Harry Met Sally.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Where Reiner gave his own mom a famous cameo.
I'll have what she's having.
He told stories about friendship and loss.
I'll see you.
Stand By Me, isn't it?
See you first.
And perfected the courtroom.
One of the best ever. A Few Good Men.
Yeah, he made some really iconic movies.
You can't handle the truth.
Drama with A Few Good Men.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Today, Kevin Bacon remembering his time with Reiner on that set.
The making of that movie was one of the best experiences that I've ever had.
While Jane Fonda said she just saw the couple Saturday night, calling them wonderful, caring, smart, funny, generous people.
His wife looks like she's got resting bitch face. Like she's never... Like in all the pictures I've seen them as a couple, he's smiling, she's just always mad.
Yeah, she looks like she's peed standing up, but that's fine.
And Morgan Chesky joins us tonight live from that scene. Morgan, when could Nick Reiner be charged?
Yeah, Tom, we know that LAP detectives plan on presenting their evidence to prosecutors tomorrow with formal charges anticipated on Wednesday. As for the 32-year-old Reiner, he remains behind bars being held without bail tonight.
There you go.
So what's the motive?
I don't know. Does anybody have any idea? I mean, I don't know. Nobody's even gone there as to what the motive could be potentially.
Yeah.
Is it political?
No, they just said they got into a fight. I mean,
again,
Bubba, after famed Hollywood.
When you have a guy that has gone in and out of rehab for drugs. They act like the ultimate narcissist, and they don't care about anyone else's feelings. They don't care about anyone else. They become very, very, very selfish, very destructive.
Sounds like the description of you and I.
No, this is different, Bubba. It becomes they break the hearts of those around them over and over and over again, and if they push the wrong button, then the person reacts in a catastrophic way, and that's why it's such a fragile way. It's such a fragile condition, and when you have someone that has a combination of a mental health problem and substance abuse, it's very difficult to navigate a safe path forward for them. Because you either have to throw them in a funny farm, or you have to just completely ignore them and let them just die on the street. Because when you interact with them and you put yourselves in that mechanism, it's like a gauntlet, and you're about to get smashed. They destroy everything around them.
Lummy, it looks like we're not going to hit the 1,000. There's no way. We're literally 12 minutes away, and like where did?
Well, we have another hour.
Oh, we do? Oh, you're right. We do. Fuck, my bad. I thought we ended at noon. Oh, we got another. We're going to hit it. Fine. No problem. So sorry.
Director and actor Rob Reiner and
I'm all fucked up on these new times. And Dan, nonstop.
wife Michele were found dead in their home. LA police have arrested one of the couple's sons in connection with the killings. Our chief correspondent Jonathan Heim.
I just want one of these stories to maybe possibly give us a motive. Like, what were they actually fighting about at Conan O'Brien's party? Like, somebody's got to have overheard the content of what it was about.
Is live out of Brentwood for us. He's got more on all of this. Jonathan, what more can you tell us?
Well, Sandra, within hours of the bodies of Rob Reiner and his wife Michele being discovered here at their Brentwood home, we were getting word of the potential involvement of their 32-year-old son, Nick Reiner. And this morning, we got confirmation that he has indeed been arrested in the early hours of this morning, we believe, and is being held on $4 million bond. You can see Nick Reiner.
Now, does $4 million means you only got to come up with $400,000?
They took it away, though.
Oh, they said no bond?
Yeah, there's no bail.
No bond?
Yep.
Because he could maybe come up with $400,000.
Yeah.
Maybe.
In this family photo that was just taken a few months ago in September, he
looks mad there, doesn't he?
Yeah. The young man with the shaved head in that picture. Now, the LAPD said very little yesterday as they began their investigation, but the police chief confirmed this morning that Nick Reiner had indeed been arrested. Listen here.
Well, come on, just give us some substance. Did he flip the fuck out over this or that? Or
maybe he got a whiff of his beard.
We have our robbery homicide division handling the investigation. They worked throughout the night on this case and were able to take into custody Nick Reiner, a suspect in this case. He was subsequently booked for murder and is being held on $4 million bail.
Now, police were initially called out to this Brentwood home.
I don't think, Lemmy, they're going to give us anything. I think it's just overkill of what we've already talked about. Here's various pieces of content.
Reactions?
Yeah, hold on here.
Coming out, and it's kind of giving us a little bit more of a sense of a timeline from what happened between Saturday and Sunday night. So it looks like Nick Reiner checked into a hotel in Santa Monica around 4 a.m.
At least we're getting something going on
Pureside
here.
Hotel. This is according to TMZ. That he checked into this hotel and he seemed tweaked out, but he didn't look like he had gotten into any violent confrontation. However, later,
is this after he checked into the hotel after killing his parents?
Yeah, so it looks like his daughter, or not his daughter, I'm sorry, Rob Reiner's daughter, found their parents dead inside, called 911, said her brother Nick was dangerous.
I wonder what the 911 call is. You think they'd have it by now?
You think so? And then I guess she said that's when he left the house, but I guess they were in a very heated argument.
So the daughter...
Romy
can maybe saw him there with the dead bodies. Of course you're going to get in a fight, or of course you're going to what the fuck's going on? And then he left. She called 911.
Said he was dangerous and could be a suspect in the case.
And that's when he went to a hotel.
Yes.
That's what it's looking like.
or Sunday morning, when the housekeepers came in to clean the room, they noticed that the shower was filled with blood and the sheets were covered in blood. They saw the sheets filled with blood. The window in the room was covered in bed sheets. So it looked that, my guess, since he came in not covered in blood, it feels to me that he was probably engaged in some sort of self-harm. That's my guess. I don't know.
Meaning when they caught him, his room was bloody, if you will, and so he tried to maybe kill himself? Is that what she's saying?
Like the hotel room shower was bloody? I don't. Did he get? First of all, when you stab someone in a fight, a lot of times you get a cut or two yourself.
Or splatter.
Right, and there's splatter all over you as well. It's not a clean operation. It's messy to kill someone by stabbing them. It doesn't happen like in the movies.
It looks like robbery homicide detectives went to the hotel to gather evidence and interview, and that's kind of how they're getting this information. He was eventually arrested farther away, farther east. He was eventually arrested by Exposition Park, which is around USC. So he had left the hotel and went to USC, which is where they eventually found him. This is so tragic. I just can't even.
Oh, my God. Her California vocal fry is about fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
I'll just keep reporting as I get more information.
Sure. Thanks.
Did you say that Trump chimed in on this?
It doesn't look like he, from the pictures that when they were arresting him, doesn't look like he like tried to cut himself or anything.
All right, here's what Trump said, and my initial spin on this is what makes this any different. And of course, I know Magadan's here, so he's going to absolutely fight me, and I'm prepared for it.
I don't know who this Magadan is you're referring to. Is there some other guy in here back here in the backstage hanging out with Mach in the control room? Some Magadan?
Just please. and you're going to absolutely fight me on it, and we're going to have a differencing of opinions, but. Let me just play it first, and then I'll give. Let me play it first, and I'll give my opinion, and then we can go back and forth. And Seth and Lummy and everybody else, don't just sit there like bumps in the log. I'd like for your opinions about this as well.
Oh, I love political turmoil.
A number of Republicans have denounced your statement on Truth Social after the murder of Rob Reiner. Do you stand by that post?
Well, I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged.
Now, Lummy, can you find me the Truth Social posting?
Yes.
Because that's what we're talking about here. So I want to play this. And then I'd like to have the post, if you could find it for me.
I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned. He said he knew it was false. In fact, it's the exact opposite, that I was a friend of Russia, controlled by Russia. You know, it was the Russia hoax. He was one of the people behind it. I think he hurt himself in career-wise. He became like a deranged person, Trump derangement syndrome. So I was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all in any way, shape, or form. I thought he was very bad for our country. Yeah.
All right. Do you have the post?
Yep.
You send it to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me have the post. And this is. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the.
Yeah, it's the next one down.
Okay. It just must have popped up on me. Here we go. Here's what Donald Trump said. Scott Jennings. Donald Trump.
No, that's what Scott Jennings said about Trump.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, is this the context of what Trump said right here?
If you scroll down, there should be a picture. Yeah, right there. See the red? Yeah, that one.
All right. So should I click on it?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. A very sad thing happened. I'm not going to do my Donald Trump impersonation. A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away together with his wife, Michele. Reportedly due to anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and inaccurate affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness, and with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before, may Rob and Michele rest in peace. Now, I think that, and I'm going to give my opinion, Dan's certainly going to come in and give his, but I think that when you have something that's this tragic, that, and the people that got in trouble and lost their jobs and were not the president of the United States over people's Charlie Kirk opinions. So there's been something like this where we've had a highly polarized death. I didn't know that Rob Reiner should ever be guilty or his cause of death be because of his disliking of the president. And I really think it's not very presidential to get into the semantics or schematics of how Rob Reiner died. Yeah, I think that this is very, very unpresidential. I think that it's very petty. Everybody has an opinion. If you're the president and you have ran for that position and you have successfully won that position, I don't know that you're this petty and that you can't let a guy who was a huge critic of yours just run its course, run it, for lack of a better term, rest in peace. It's a very tragic accident. And I don't know if this is what necessarily the president of the United States needs to be doing, kind of making his death about him. Kind of making it about him to the point where he said he had Trump derangement syndrome. Let's say that he did. Let's say that he absolutely fucking hated Trump. He let people know about it. He was paranoid about it. Does that mean the president has to write about it? And do this sort of thing and then double down on the media where, no, I'm not walking this back. It's how I feel. I can't think of another president, good or bad, successful or unsuccessful, liked or not liked, that have infused themselves into a person's death like this. And I don't like it. And I think it's wrong. That's my opinion. Now, Dan, over to you and your opinion of it. Seth, if you'd like to chime in, and Lummy, you as well. I just don't think that that's what our president needs to be focusing on. Dan, over to you. You're obviously going to have, probably a different version of what you feel about this than me. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. Your opinion's not wrong, and it's strictly your opinion. Just like my rhetoric was strictly my opinion, and so you have every right to set me straight, or at least differ with me in how you feel I interpreted this.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
And the fight. I agree 100% with you, Bubba. It's unpresidential. It's uncalled for.
But
it's true. But there's other people that say that Charlie Kirk's rhetoric was true, and it's arguably true. It was divisive rhetoric, even though he was trying to bring people together. He made people look like douchebags when you talk to him. We're talking about Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
Pissed off a lot of people.
Yes.
He was unfairly called a racist and a hatred person, but by people that disagreed with him.
Right.
But I get it. And I think that talking ill of the bad person in a real sense, not just making a little joke about their hair or something stupid, but making a joke, really criticizing them as a human being and saying that they are the cause of their own death, short of someone trying to rob a bank and getting shot by the cops.
Right.
Is unconscionable, and I think it's unpresidential, and I think that he's guilty of what we literally crucified everybody for 6 months ago when Charlie Kirk was shot, Bubba. I agree with you 99.9%. Now, there was a couple of distinctions, but they really shouldn't matter.
Right. No,
they really shouldn't matter. And he could have said something about it at another time, but not the next day, talking about Trump derangement system. And by the way, it's not like a MAGA person came and shot him because he was going to go on the TV and talk about how bad Trump was. Now, Rob Reiner
killed by his own son.
He killed by his own son, and maybe his son was a Republican. Who knows? Who knows? But again, political discourse is not a cause. It is not a justification. It is not appropriate for violence. I'm sorry, on both sides. Everybody is wrong when everyone wants to, beat up somebody because they disagree with them politically. And that's what was Charlie Kirk's message. We can disagree in peace. Rob Reiner's message was Trump, bad man, devil. He should be stopped at all costs. And it still shouldn't be said when they're trying to eulogize him and mourn his death.
Wow. And you know what? Thank you, because you more eloquently said what I was trying to say.
You said it pretty well, Bubba.
And I'm just like, I don't think our president needs to infuse himself into calling it. One of the reasons why he died was narcissistically because he didn't like the president. Trump derangement syndrome. I think Trump. I voted for the guy. I think he's doing some great things. But when he gets petty like this, and he loses me.
He loses a lot of people.
He does lose a lot of people, and it's
my
a shame because he's not a lawyer or a politician. He's a guy trying to fix things, and he's coarse and rough and abrasive, and he is a bull in a china closet, and he makes a lot of mistakes.
So my dad, Doug Clem, he's MAGA. As MAGA as you are, like he loves Donald Trump. Like he vote his Trump flag and everything.
Oh, wow.
And we're having dinner one night in Indianapolis, and I bring it up because when you're having dinner with your dad, just a topic, and my dad goes, you know what, that guy, and this is my dad, and he's MAGA. Like my dad's MAGA. Big Doug Clem's MAGA. And my dad says these words to me, old timer, 77 years old. That guy really is starting to lose me. Really starting to lose me. And some of the things that he says and some of the pettiness that he gets involved in, he's starting to lose me. And I think there's report after report after report. Thank God they didn't have to run again. But here's the thing on people saying he's starting to lose me. And I'm not criticizing your dad, but I sort of am, and anyone else that says that he's starting to lose me. Y'all knew he was going to be like from 6 years ago. And so for you to vote him in now and not expect this behavior is foolish. I think, Dan, that an average man who is just a hardworking man like you, like Seth, like my dad, like Lummy, like Macho Man, like me, holds our president in a little higher regard and would expect him to be just a tad more sympathetic and more presidential when dealing with issues, polarizing issues like this, and just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I think Dr. Dan, people thought over time that he would learn to be more presidential than in the beginning.
Yeah, just like the rat learns not to, chase the cheese. I mean, I think it's impossible. We knew this from the very beginning because Trump was inappropriate during his initial 2016 campaign, during his entire pregnancy, during the 4 years that Biden was president, and has been inappropriate for the last year since he's been elected president. It's not a fucking surprise.
It just goes to show you, though, that nobody can fucking talk to him. Why can't he have an educated guy like you or Jay to take him aside and said, during this press conference, I know they're going to fucking...
I agree, Bubba. He needs me in his ear.
No, so hold on. No, for real.
I totally agree, Bubba. I'm 100% agree with you.
And you would say to him, Donald.
Dumbass.
No, Donald, when the Rob Reiner thing comes up, take a step back and say it's a very tragic loss. I heard that Rob wasn't a big fan of my administration, but now's not the time to get into all that.
Totally agree with you, Bubba. 100%. Needs a Dan Diaco in his ear.
I mean, so when you say that, you now and say, Mr. President, when a woman asks you a stupid question from NBC, don't turn it around on her. Call her stupid. Call NBC fake news. Call everybody saw. Just say, I'm sorry we differ. Just be more presidential. You can keep boss hogging your way through the world in what you're trying to accomplish, whether it be the Ukraine-Russia deal, whether it be the Venezuelan conflict, whether it be the Israel-Palestine situation, whether it be all the good things or things that you're working on, the amount of money supposedly the tariffs have brought, just, the big, beautiful bill. You don't have to be petty and fuck with this stupid shit that polarizes your base. That's polarized. We're getting numbers now that your base doesn't like when you fucking act this way. And boom, shut the fuck up. That's it. So anyway, we're done with that. And
are we done with it?
And I didn't.
Are we done with it, though, Bubba? Do you think he's going to keep going?
Oh yes, he is. He absolutely is.
Yeah,
he absolutely is. And that, thank God he's not running again because people are fucking over it.
Do you think George Washington was really nice to everybody?
No.
Do you think Eisenhower was nice to everybody?
George Washington didn't have his own social media platform to spew his nonsense. George Washington had to get to a podium and talk,
put in his wooden teeth and talk.
Put in his wooden teeth and read the speech that he had written.
He would have to send messages in a bottle, Bubba.
Right.
Yeah, or smoke signals. Or some bullshit. But you know,
talk with flags.
The amount of resources that you have now as the president is just could be very problematic if you act the way that he's acting now. Listen, he doesn't have to change what he's doing. He just needs to know when to shut the fuck up.
I just want you to really remember today when you eulogized Cowhead.
What do you mean?
Because if he died tomorrow, you'd be saying the same kind of things that Trump said, wouldn't you?
Nope.
You'd be the better man?
I wouldn't say a word. Wouldn't say.
And I'm not trying to be just counter programming. I'm just trying to say, like, if your arch enemy died.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What did Rob Reiner really do to Donald Trump?
Not a goddamn thing.
What has fucking Mike Calta really done to me?
Fucked you.
Thank you. I think it's a way different analogy as to what he has done to me.
And you still wouldn't get online on the internet and said, the world lost a turd.
No.
You'd be respectful.
No.
I think you're a better person, Trump's not a perfect human being.
I have a larger platform than he does.
Then who does?
Than Cowhead.
Okay.
He's got one terrestrial radio station. Yesterday's show, the 3-hour uncensored show, did on the average 6,000 more views than what our 4-hour regular show did.
Correct.
We have. You guys did a statistic thing for me, right here that I, handed out at PRI for potential clients. I mean, here's my numbers. 121 million Facebook views, 80 million YouTube views, 40 million annual X impressions, 12.9 million Instagram views, 17.5 million Bubba Army HQ views, 9 million podcast downloads, 18.7 million Rumble views, 14 million annual TikTok views. Audience 90-10 male, top 4 countries, US, Canada, UK, and Australia. I got a much fucking larger platform than most people who hate me, especially those that have actually caused me strife, and I don't say a fucking word. I don't say a word.
Seth, what do you feel? How do you feel about this?
About Calta and Bubba, or about
about Trump?
Dan, you're 100% right, man. Like I'm not surprised at all. This is Trump. So I feel like people might have had their blinders on before if they're shocked at something that he says or that he puts on True Social.
Right. I mean, it's par for the course for him.
Didn't he say John McCain was like what do you say, he was a war victim or something?
He was not fast enough and was a loser to get caught because he got caught.
Right. That's way worse than whatever he typed out on True Social.
But here's the deal. Us people that supported him, now we're taken back by, we didn't think that he would be this douchey. I think that's a pretty good kind of synopsis.
But why not? Because this is not
going to grab the pussy, dude. I mean, this is 10 years we've been hearing this, and if it's a surprise, that's what I can't understand. So, I think it's patently wrong, Bubba. I agree with you 100%. But when people say he's losing me now, I have a problem with that, because then those people forget 3 years ago, forget a year ago, forget 10 years ago. How could you be so forgetful and so foolish to think, not you, Bubba, but I'm talking about the person that is now like disillusioned with Trump that used to vote for him, because that's what we voted for. We voted for a guy that's a bull in a china closet that gets results and hurts some feelings along the way. Go cry on your mom's titties.
I still think that some of his hardcore supporters are taken back by his. They didn't think that he could be this crass.
I agree. I sent you something, Bubba, that I guess
listen,
Mick Foley.
You're right, Bubba.
Listen, talking about grabbing a groupie's pussy is one thing. Talking about a man's death and making his death related to the fact that he
blamed
didn't
it on him. He blamed it on Rob.
Right.
He blamed Rob's death on Rob, which is bad to do. It's bad to blame someone's death on themselves unless they're in the process of robbing a bank and got shot.
So
you know what I mean? Short of that, it's kind of unconscionable.
Let me. What am I reading here?
That Mick Foley's partying his ways to WWE because of the relationship with Donald Trump.
Mick Foley.
Yes,
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley.
Which, by the way, Mick Foley is a good friend of mine. We did a great high spot for TNA where he laid in such a great fucking punch, and then the makeup artist in between commercial during the 4-minute commercial deal airbrushed me to make it look like I had a broken nose. It looked so real. And him and I have worked together. He's a great guy. I respect him in so many different ways. You will never hear me say an ill word towards this man. I love this guy. He was a hell of a worker. He deserves all the accolades and then some. There'll never be a better hardcore guy ever. I mean, Seth, would you agree, being a wrestling historian, as far as a hardcore guy, he took it to nobody will ever be able to emulate some of the high spot hardcore shit he did.
Yeah, I don't think they would let anybody.
No, they won't let anyone do
what he did.
Like legally, they probably can't let a guy fall 57 feet onto a bed of tacks. But
this guy like ate his own fucking teeth and shit. Like they went in the back of his. I mean, there was just it's insane what he did.
And in the back, he was the most approachable. Taking it from a guy that worked with him and was in the back, he was the most approachable, knowledgeable, nice. Like, he didn't buy into that. You got to put your time in. If you're a frog, which means you're green, you can't talk to the old timers. You know, you got to kind of keep to yourself. This guy was open to help anybody, whether you've been in the business 1 week or 15 years. I cannot say enough good things about Mick Foley. I just can't. So this is what he posted what was it yesterday? December 16th. December 16th at 11:08. So today is
That's today.
Hold on, this
it was a couple. Yeah,
so hold on. This just happened about an hour ago.
Yeah.
This happened an hour and 7 minutes ago.
Cantrell, clip this. We're going viral.
Parting ways with WWE. While I have been concerned about WWE's close relationship with Donald Trump for several months, especially in the light of his administration ongoing cruel and inhumane treatment of immigrants and pretty much anybody else who looks like an immigrant, reading the president's incredibly cruel comments in the wake of Rob Reiner's death is the final straw for me. I no longer wish to represent a company that coddles a man so seemingly void of compassion as he marches our countries towards, what is that? What's autocracy mean?
Like a dictatorship, a monarchy, autocracy, like autocratic, meaning like you're in full control.
Like Putin?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's an autocracy.
Last night, I informed the WWE talent relations that I would not be making an appearance for the company as long as this man remains in office. Additionally, I will not be signing a new Legends deal when my current one expires in June. I love WWE. I will always treasure my time with them. I am deeply appreciative for all the opportunities they've afforded me. But in the words of Popeye the Sailor, I stands, all I can stands, and I can't stands no more. Mick Foley.
Boomer reference.
What does he want to do? I don't know what's WWE doing with Trump, but I guess he would probably know more than the regular person.
Hold on. They're owned by the parent company that owns the UFC, and UFC works super closely with him.
Shawnee's gifted 5 subs.
So it's not WWE per se, Seth, but the parent company.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay,
they're getting ready to do a pay-per-view on the front lawn July 4th.
Right. Okay.
So,
But here's one last thing, one last parting thought on this topic, and if you're about to try to close it,
I am. Thank you.
If it were the other way around, and Trump died, and we were looking at Rob Reiner's post, it would be way more negative than that.
But guess what?
It didn't happen that way. And
Rob
he's not
Reiner's not the fucking president of the United States.
I agree.
He's an actor who has every right to be as outlandish, and he wants to, because that's the lane that he's chosen in life. When you've chose to be the leader of the free world, I think there comes a certain amount of decorum that comes with that job.
Yes. I agree.
And you know what? It's as simple as this. Don't change a fucking thing. Don't change your swagger. Just shut the fuck up and be a little bit more enduring to those that don't like you or ask you a hard question.
Endearing? Is that?
Yeah,
you mean
endearing.
that? Okay,
Endearing. Don't turn it around. When the reporter that asks you a question that you don't agree with, just say, I don't agree with your questions. I'm not answering stupid shit.
Just like Jesus, turn the other cheek.
Just like Jesus, turn the other cheek.
That's what you're saying, and that's what the
not
president.
turn the other cheek.
Yeah,
but
it is. It's turning the other cheek and not fighting back.
He could hold on with the reporter.
With anybody,
No.
he doesn't turn the other cheek.
I'm giving you an example of how he could have said the same thing with the reporter from NBC and been way more curtful.
Quiet, Piggy!
Instead of saying, quiet, Miss Piggy. NBC, fake news. Yes, the worst network out there. And that happens to be, I just want to let you know, you might be the dumbest reporter in this room. You might be. Yes. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, yes. Instead, could have handled it this way. Oh, NBC. No, I don't think I have I don't really think I have a soundbite for you guys to go ahead and twist your way. And I really don't think that you potentially might be qualified to be even in here asking me questions. Boom. You didn't call her Miss Piggy. You didn't call her stupid, but you did. You said the same thing.
Bubba, what is it about Trump this time that seems to be like more perplexing than the last time that he was president?
We fired people that were teachers and police officers for having a not so popular opinion about Charlie Kirk deserving what he got.
Whoa.
And people, hold on, let me finish. And people were held accountable for what they said. And Jimmy Kimmel removed from the NBC Tonight Show for a few nights. People were penalized for what they said about a person that was assassinated.
So you want to put Trump in timeout for a week?
No, I'm not. But what he said was just as disrespectful to a man that was so brutally murdered. Rob Reiner didn't die of a heart attack or anything like that. Rob Reiner was stabbed to death, almost as shocking as the way Charlie Kirk died. And getting stabbed to death by your son.
Crazy.
That's pretty fucking
crazy.
Yeah.
That's absolutely outrageous.
Right. That's just as outrageous as Charlie Kirk getting gunned down
from 150 yards to the top of a roof.
So
by a trans-loving guy with no social media.
I just want to let you know, Rob Reiner was not a fan of mine. It's very well documented, but this is not a time to get into all that. And I R.I.P. to him and his wife.
Do you know what's the common denominator, Bubba, between Rob Reiner's son, the person that allegedly shot Charlie Kirk, the person that allegedly shot at Donald Trump, and almost every school shooter, including probably the Brown shooter?
What?
Is psychotropic drugs, including, antidepressants, benzodiazepines.
Well, maybe Trump's on some of that shit too.
But all these shooters are on medications, and a lot of them on SSRIs and other medications.
Well, we know that our president probably isn't on that, but he's acting like as if he was.
But he's not a mass shooter. I'm talking about these people that are committing these bizarre murders. Almost all of them are on psychological medication.
Why it's so
that's
significant.
One of the things that we're not talking about. Yeah, it has nothing to do with blue, red, gay, trans, heterosexual, Republican, Democrat, conservative, Jew, Muslim, or Christian. It has to do with mental illness, and we are painting over the rust of mental illness.
Is our president mentally ill? Because he's in that category too.
He ain't shot nobody. He didn't stab nobody. He's inappropriate, which, again, Bubba, we've known for 10 years. This is who he is.
But you know what? He's inappropriate. But just when you think he can't get any more inappropriate, he
So he shocked you, kind of. He surprised you.
He did. And you know what? Here's the thing. He could make his brand stronger if he would just take a different approach on some of the shit that he says. He could make his brand. You know how cool it would be if instead of, let me tell you something, he suffered from what we call Trump derangement syndrome, making it all about me. That's right. If you don't like me, your kid might stab you and everything. But everything, just wanted to let you know. Do you know how much more respect I would have for Donald Trump right now had he said what I said? Hey, I heard Rob Reiner was not, the biggest Trump fan in the world, but that's for a different time. Right now, we need to worry about, the being respectful.
But what do you think Trump cares about more? The fact that you voted for him or your respect for him now?
I don't think he fucking cares about anything because he knows he's irreplaceable. He knows that he can't run again. And I think that it shows by some of these really crass statements that he makes that he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to make these statements. It just makes people, that potentially like him not necessarily like him as much. Doesn't mean I'm going to jump off the fucking Trump train. It would be so refreshing. Would it not be so, Dan? It's like, it would be refreshing to see him take the high road one time.
He did for about 10 days after he got shot in the ear.
Right. Right.
And then he forgot and went back to old Trump. So we're back to old Trump. But he was gracious. He was lovely.
Yeah.
He was really, he was a statesman for about 10 to 14 days and then fucking forgot all about that shit. And, they just kept coming out. And I think it switched back at the second assassination attempt on the golf course. So for that first month or so, he was pretty measured. And then when the second person tried to shoot him, he was like, that's it, fuck it. Everyone's an asshole and I'm telling them to their face.
Tell us why it's so significant.
Well, a lot of women can't or prefer not to use hormone replacement therapy. And so
I had seen a report, Dan, where the medical industry, one of the things that the medical industry should be ashamed for and that they've completely missed the boat on is, yes, they really, really take care of the man that's aging and through testosterone replacement, daily doses of Cialis. I know that you have a concoction that you prescribe men that helps with hair growth and also your erection. You have a special compounding pharmacy that takes care of, men. Mm-hmm. But, the industry, for the most part, have kind of forgot about that woman in her mid-40s to early 50s that starts going through menopause. And the industry as a whole has kind of forgot those women. There's not a lot of, it's not as sexy or as advertised about women and hormone replacement for women.
That brings me back to a memory on the 70s show. Yes, when his wife, Red's wife, was going through a menopause. And he says, God, I wish they made a pill for this. And they ultimately did make a pill for menopause. And hormone therapy and replacement has been used for women for decades now. The problem is it can cause breast cancer.
Oh, okay.
So that's the balance that we're trying to do is help women replace their hormones, including this. They're giving a lot of women testosterone, which they never used to do. It's evolving. It's just kind of quietly evolving. It hasn't been in the forefront.
Now, is this new pill?
But wait, let me finish real fast. The same problem happens when you give a man testosterone. If you over supplement a hormone, you get the side effects. And on a guy, it's going to be prostate hypertrophy. It's going to be hair loss. It's going to be being a dick. And maybe one of the reasons that Trump's a dick is because he's getting testosterone. It turns you into an asshole. But keep going.
No problem, buddy. There's a pill that supposedly they're coming up with. I don't know if it's over the counter or prescription. That is kind of like that pre-menopause woman that needs a little help.
Generic is elinzanetant. This adds another option for women that's not hormonal to control hot flashes and other symptoms of menopause. We've seen phase 3 randomized clinical trials now showing good evidence for this, and the FDA has now approved this medication.
Yeah, side effects, downside?
Well, there are some side effects. So fatigue, headache, for example. They have checked liver toxicity out to a year. We're not seeing any signal there, but that will need to continue to be monitored because we don't have data beyond a year. But so far, it looks very safe.
So when will it be available, Celine? And then how much will it cost?
Well, we're being told available next month, November.
Next month, wow.
Mm-hmm. And the cash price.
Now, Dan, have you heard of this new pill?
I'm not really in this marketplace. This is not really my
Hold on,
wheelhouse.
You're not.
What hormone replacement for menopausal
Are you
females.
planning on dating any menopausal women, Dan? This could be important information.
You might want to have this. No, Danny, like what I'm saying is like I'm sure there's a lot of these women that come to you for procedures.
Mm-hmm. I'm paying attention to it.
Whether it's a breast lift or a tummy tuck or just the Morpheus machine or Botox, or I'm sure that this is very much in your alley of demographic.
Absolutely is, Bubba, but usually this is taken care of by their OBGYNs
I know,
or their
but what
family
I'm saying
practitioners.
is, maybe you could diversify and doing this too.
But see, I don't make any money doing it.
Oh,
How do
okay.
I just writing a script for your vagina's not dry and you don't get headaches and hot flashes? I mean, that's not my gig.
I understand.
And I don't make any money doing that.
I understand.
$625 for a 30-day supply, but for many women with insurance, the monthly cost may be as low as $25 a month.
Yeah, that's if you got great insurance. None of us have.
Why do you think,
except Dan.
it's taken so long to get something like this on the market? So many women, myself included, were so afraid back in the day, and now I regret that decision to take anything. Why do you think it's taken?
Well, now, hold on. Gail said she took some shit, and now she's regretting what she took. What could have Gail taken, Dan, that she could be regretful of?
I think she said she didn't take it, and she's regretting that she didn't take it because her vagina and her soul aged faster than it had to because she didn't take replacement therapy.
And the only reason she got her gig is because she was Oprah's assistant.
Right.
What's menopause? Is that when your vagina retires?
Yeah.
That's when you don't have a period anymore.
Okay, can I explain to you guys a couple things about this real fast?
Because we know nothing.
Okay, so a woman makes a certain amount of estrogen and she menstruates and makes eggs every month when she ovulates. When she starts turning into her 40s and 50s, the hormones start decreasing, ovulation slows and then stops, and they stop having a menstruation. That is the point of menopause, when you stop menstruating. It's associated with...
Is that when you go and talk... Now, when you stop having your period, now you're officially entered menopause, correct?
Right, but it didn't happen. But the changes that led to that didn't happen like one morning. You just like hit menopause. It happens for about a year or two beforehand, and
your
continues.
periods maybe start being like sporadic at this point.
Yeah, or you start feeling the irritability because your hormone levels are changing as you're going through your next phase of life, and so.
When does a woman go to her now? First of all,
in her 30s, before it happens.
Where would a woman go to start addressing this situation? What doctor?
It should be her OBGYN.
Okay.
And OBGYNs should be doing this and taking care of their women, and they should be seeing when they're starting to report like changes in their menstrual cycle, changes in their menstrual heaviness, the amount of flow. And then also the other things: weight change, mood change, sleep change.
I think I'm going through menstrual.
Guys go through a sort of a menopause in their 50s. They absolutely do. They sort of do. It's a transition in their hormone spectra. And so,
what does that mean? You grow titties? What happens?
I got them.
Fuck!
To get to this point.
Well, think about it. If you're a researcher, a scientist, a doctor, you're going to study the things that you have maybe personal experience with.
All right, I'm done with this.
So again, Bubba, the problem with just straight up hormones is the side effects. And so if they can get ways to address the negative sequelae of menopause or of just aging in general without giving you the hormones that are fertilizer for certain tumors or bad things.
I need to go to Merch Crick said, you need some fertilizer on that pussy.
Holy hell.
You need some. I mean, she's like 45. She's probably close to getting there. I'm going to say you need to get some fertilizer on that pussy.
And what's a great fertilizer?
The pussy's still good. Real good. Real good.
But a great fertilizer for the vagina is that Diva laser. Tighter, wetter, better. And so one of the things that happens during menopause
for a Diva
and aging, 3 in a row, month apart. And so some of the things that happen
does it tear the pussy up?
It strengthens it. It's a workout for the vagina. And so what it does is it adds to the thickness of the tissue in the vagina, which increases the tightness.
Gription?
Increases the...
Can she grip my little wiener better?
Yeah, exactly. You won't be swimming.
Disgusting.
You won't be the only guy in the elevator.
Call me Bubba Trump.
It won't be like one guy in an
Just want to
elevator.
let you know that Melania went and got the laser Diva. She can grip my little Trump cock better than she ever did. Better than she ever did before.
What the hell, man?
So, Dan, the Diva laser procedure that you have at your facility
rejuvenates and makes the vagina more youthful.
That would be for a woman that's probably either on the beginning of menopause or in it.
Yep.
and that's very helpful.
It reverses the negative
Pussy
sequelae.
aging.
It reverses the pussy aging.
I mean, don't forget
without hormones.
We're on an uncensored forum here, so we can say that the Diva machine, laser machine that you have at Diaco Institute Plastic Surgery of UPO, the Diva procedure reverses the pussy aging.
Yes, it does. It absolutely does. It thickens the tissue.
Tighter, wider, what is it? Tighter,
wetter, better.
Well, I don't think I don't think any woman wants
tighter, wetter, better.
I don't think any woman wants her man to recommend to go get the extra tissue.
No, that's why you ladies out there, like, you're right, Seth. How do you bring that up to your girl without, like, listen, baby, you want to be tighter or wetter, better, right?
I don't know. You find a Paige Shivers like Sharon Moore did, I guess. I don't know if that's a conversation you want to have.
I mean, you could do it, visually. You can clap with talcum powder in your hands and do a LeBron James pregame smoke thing with dust.
And say that's what her pussy's like.
And then you can do it again, like after this 3 times, honey. And you take 2 handfuls of water and you splash them together and you soak the whole room. And I think that's illustrative enough that the woman signs up and says, "I want 3."
Wow. Phoebes.
What the fuck, dude?
Phoebes. Yes, baby. Hey, I want to show you something. You know how LeBron, right before he goes out in the mountain to play, he takes his talcum powder and he goes, bam, and all this powder, it's a real dry situation. Yes, honey, I know. Well, if you would go to use the Dr. Dan's Diva vaginal rejuvenation deal, and then you get some baby oil or Astroglide, and you go, wow! After three.
Dude, we were talking about your fucking tiny cock getting more gription. Don't bring this into my household right now.
Do you recommend chicks that have multiple kids?
Yes, after having children. After having children, it helps.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So if you're 29 and have 2 kids or 3 kids, it will help you as well. You may not need 3 treatments, but 1 or 2 treatments will help you.
Now,
if you're postmenopausal.
Listen.
What about 3 sets of Kegels a day? I thought that does it.
What? No,
Can't care.
Not enough.
Let me ask you a question. Oh, boy. Does the instrument that you use on this, it kind of looks like a dildo, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, it's
phallic looking.
It is phallic looking, yes.
Because that's the only way that will, the only type of shape that will insert into a vagina naturally is a phallic looking object, correct?
Yes, it's not a cube. No, that wouldn't work.
No, it's like a cucumber.
Right.
A small one.
More like a banana.
Okay, yeah, a banana. And
a straight one.
So do they stick it in?
So the thing that goes into the...
I want you to medically explain it so I don't fuck it up.
Okay. So the laser has a sleeve. It's a clear plastic sleeve.
Looks like a condom?
Yes, and that goes over the laser. The sleeve is inserted after the vagina is anesthetized for about 30 minutes with an local anesthetic, and then cleaned out. The sleeve is gently inserted with the laser inside of it into the vagina. When I run the laser, the inside of that sleeve is grooved and spirally grooved. And so the laser
ribbed for her pleasure?
No, it's smooth on the outside. She doesn't feel anything. It's grooved on the inside, and the laser itself has grooving. So when the laser fires, it fires in a spiral. As it's backing out, it fires in a 360-degree fashion in a spiral as it's backing out, so that I'm not moving the laser and doing all this stuff. It's the obturator, the sleeve stays put, and the laser moves in and out within the sleeve. So there's no in and out stuff. It's just the laser is trying to treat the entire inner surface of the vagina.
So the laser...
Could I come be the vagina and you show me?
Yes, and we could do it in your butt too.
Oh, okay, all right, never mind. That was the shit. Fuck,
okay,
you really twisted
so
this
if you're
on
ready
me.
for that, there
you go, buddy.
That was bad. If a guy needed,
a swig of alcohol and stick to bite on.
If a fella needed to tighten up his asshole, would it be do the same thing for the asshole?
It's not FDA approved for that. I've never used it for that, but I have been told that it will work for that.
Okay.
I saw a billboard yesterday, and it said in St. Pete, and it said 2 doctors, Dan, and it said that they're male enhancement. Mm-hmm. Is that a common thing still? That guys
does that mean make your dick bigger?
It depends on. It's got such a
a small success rate.
It's at the billboard. I think I saw one too that said they're doing surgery to make your dick bigger.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It said they were the best and all that. And I haven't heard about it, and I just didn't know how frequent. Is that something you do, Dan, or they have to do?
Dan can't do that shit.
I don't do that stuff. There's a couple ways of doing it.
Because Dan doesn't necessarily believe in the procedure in itself. Am I right, Dan?
Yes.
It's a little kabuki.
A little bit, but you can put fillers and things like that in the in your penis. Exactly. It's great until it gets infected, and then it's catastrophic.
Oh, jeez, man. Just
then
use
you
a
have
small
a,
dick,
like a
right?
draining,
Why don't you just
hole in the side of your penis, but it's a rocket.
Listen, for you guys
bellowing
out
gas
there,
on the launching pad.
For you guys out there that need a little bit bigger a ween, listen, just take a daily dose of Cialis. And get on some testosterone replacement.
Is this coming from the doctor or coming from you?
And the penis pump helps too. By the way,
Dan will completely back me on that. And by the way, go to Dr. Dan's because he has kind of a male rejuvenation package that he does, and he compounds this medication that has the stuff that makes your hair grow, and with some Cialis mixed into it. I mean, Dan, I let you sell your product, but you do this for men, don't you?
I can help a lot of men with a lot of subtle problems.
It's
hard if they're 70, but when they're in your 40s and 50s and you start losing your hair and you start losing your libido, then my pill can absolutely help you.
I'm getting on the pill. It's for blood pressure and hair growth.
And blood pressure helps all of it. So it's exactly what a guy in his 40s needs. He needs a low blood pressure and a more hair and his penis to keep working like it did when he was 25.
Right. Yeah, Dan knows, man.
That's all guys really want. What else do you want? Do you really care what kind of car you're in? You want your ding to work.
I want my dick to work.
Right. That's what you want. You
want my dick to work good.
Jordan Brock, $40. So you're not behind the penile girth enhancement?
No, that's a bunch of kabuki bullshit.
It's penile girth filler.
They got to cut like the upper tendon. When I had Dr. Mark on back in the day, and these fucking wackos were trying this shit, you got to cut the upper tendon, and Dan, just from what I know,
dude,
you got
fuck that. Just give me an extra ball.
No, but I'm just saying, Dan, like the surgery in itself, saying they can make your dick bigger, that's kind of kabuki. Like, you really, I don't think surgically can make a guy's dick.
Like, do you laugh at the dick doctors, Dan, when you guys go to the surgeon conferences and stuff? It's like, oh, God, look at those fucking quacks over there, the dick doctors. Come on.
I've laughed at dick doctors since the very beginning because they're dick doctors. It's like, that's your life, bro.
Listen,
you're doing rectals and you're touching penises.
Listen, Dr. Mark.
I'm sorry. I love Dr. Mark. Could never do it.
Hold on. When I used to have Dr. Mark on, who's a urologist, better known as a dick doctor, he would be pulling up in an F-150, okay? Dan comes pulling up in a fucking Ferrari. When I would walk Dr. Mark out, he's like, listen, I went to school just as long as he did. And I have to do these fucking reconstruction bullshits and things like that. And I got to deal with the insurance companies. And Dan is straight. It's a straight cash deal dealing with titties and cool shit. And I got to deal with dicks. And I got like a $10,000 operation that after United or fucking Blue Cross calls me and says, hey, your $10,000 operation, we're giving you $4,100 on the deal. And if you don't like it, we're going to fucking drop you. And now I got to take $4,100, and this motherfucker's getting $10,000 a boob job. Cash. Fuck this. I mean, he was like, I wish I would have chosen a better, subsect of medicine to get into.
Well, sometimes cocks are blinding, Bubba, and they pull you in.
And it would have been plastic surgery. Am I not right, Dan? Like, he has to deal. You don't have to really.
No regrets.
Some reconstruction stuff that you do can go through insurance, but 90% of what you do is not insurance related.
Yeah, 99% really.
Sure.
And it's I'm not a slave to Blue Cross or
but most doctors are.
They are. They literally sell their souls.
And they'll tell you, Seth, they'll tell you what the fuck they're paying you. I mean, you can send them a bill for $10,000 and they'll say, we got the good news for you. That pays $4,100. But that's not what it well, you know what? Then if you want to be real much, we're not going to cover you anymore. We're going to drop you as a provider. And you get zero. So you take that $4,100 and you're driving an F-150. Dan's getting a full $10,000, $12,000 for a tit job, and he's driving a fucking Ferrari. That's the difference.
And there's influencers showing the vagina making more money than me.
Was an act of pure evil, an act of terror.
This is the Australian Prime Minister, and this is from The Hero. And the how many people was it? 12 people.
16 have died.
16 people. Mostly Jewish.
Did the son fucking die yet, man, or what? That bitch was like.
I don't think he's died yet.
Okay. So there was a dad and a son. And by the way, they're finding now they had connections to ISIS. There were ISIS flags in their car, and so they decide to take these bolt action rifles and start going to this beach, which is called, was it Bonita Beach?
Bondi, I think.
Bondi,
like,
yeah.
Bondi.
Or Bondi. It's Bondi.
When I saw it written when I first saw it written in the news, I'm like, Pam Bondi got shot? I didn't understand what was happening. It was just a Bondi shooting.
So it's the first night of Hanukkah. The Jewish community is having a really big, huge get-together on the beach. And these two fucks decide to come out and start picking off people to the tune of 16. There was this good Samaritan that tackled
multiple Samaritans, Bubba. I didn't even know there was another husband and a wife combo that tried to stop like a gunman as soon as he got out of his car, and they ended up getting shot.
Yeah, they died.
Well, the one guy who stopped one of the attackers got shot, but stopped the attack. Held the guy at gunpoint. The cops got the bad guy. But while he was holding the guy at gunpoint, he got shot by the cops because they thought he was the bad guy. And he's now being heralded a hero. And he has a GoFundMe account. And I'm telling you right now, I'm sending him some money. Because that's a real fucking... How many more people might have died? Because he
was a Muslim man too. I believe.
And the guy was Muslim, and the bad guy, the bad guy Muslim he didn't run out of bullets. He had bullets on his belt. He had all kinds of ammunition. So they killed 16. It's hard telling how many this good Samaritan, who got shot by the way and is in the hospital, how many lives he may have saved. They're saying there was a response rate of over 20 minutes for the police officers to get out there and start assessing this. And I have some pictures and images that show the cops kind of hiding and being scared of the situation. Here's the prime minister, and I think within this piece, they interview the hero from his hospital bed.
What we saw yesterday was an act of pure evil, an act of terror, an act of anti-Semitism. An attack on the first day of Hanukkah targeted at the Jewish community. A dark day in Australia's history on what should have been a day of light.
On the heels of the devastating shooting in Australia's Bondi Beach, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is proposing stricter gun laws. Australia's current gun laws aim to prevent mass attacks, primarily removing rapid-fire rifles from circulation. By
the way, this was not a rapid-fire rifle.
Exactly.
This was a bolt action, single bolt action.
Mm-hmm.
So, like...
Suspects in the shooting amassed 6
What if
guns
you had one of
over
those
the
guns
past...
like the guy from the Vegas shooter?
Oh.
Like they would have just been picking, they would have killed.
They would have been triple the amount.
Mm-hmm.
Triple.
Decade.
And you know what? Let's qualify and quantify and check out and do background checks on people. And let's not blame it on the gun. Let's blame it on the people that fucking are buying guns. It's not a gun issue. It's a people issue.
All of them were obtained legally.
Guns don't kill people.
This is Australia's deadliest mass shooting in decades.
We are also thinking of everyone being treated for their injuries, and many of whom are alive right now because of the courage and quick action of the New South Wales Police and the first responders who rushed to their aid, as well as the courage of everyday Australians who, without hesitating, put them...
There's the dude that was the most publicized person who jumped on the back, grabbed the guy's bolt action rifle, held him at gunpoint, and the cops shot him because all they saw was a guy with a gun.
He's going to get a boomerang to the city, I think, for his heroic actions.
The sky's the limit on what they should do for this gentleman. I mean, this is a true hero.
No hesitation, by the way. When you see when he rolled up on the guy.
Yeah, he got it.
And he looked like he had a plan from the way that he kind of gave him a whole bear hug from behind.
He kind of strategically kind of hid behind a car and then waited for the guy to fire one. And before he could bolt up the next one, he came in.
And this is no nimble fellow, by the way, but he got over there, man.
This looks like the guy from Seinfeld.
Oh, Costanza?
Yeah, it looks like Costanza from Seinfeld.
It's like Costanza and like Tony Soprano kind of. You know.
Yeah, blood between the two. I'll give you that one.
My son is a hero. He served with the police, and he has the impulse to protect people.
So he knows how to wrestle a gun out of a person's hand. He's the right guy.
This is the hero's father.
بالشرطة بالأمن المركزي وعنده اندفاع يعني
عنده حب الدفاع عن الناس. لما شاف الناس
When we saw these people on the ground covered in blood, so you can see the bad guy.
حاول دمه.
So he strategically waits for him to blow one off.
And that's a Muslim saving a bunch of Jews, by the way.
He's not a Muslim.
He's not Muslim?
No, he's not Muslim.
What is he?
He's a Maronite
He's a piece
Christian.
of shit. That's what he is.
No, I meant the guy that saved him.
Oh yeah, the guy that shot him is Muslim.
No, but that's the guy
The guy in the white shirt right here.
Yeah,
Is
he's a Maronite Christian.
Okay. But I'm talking about the bad guy's a Muslim.
Oh, yeah.
The bad guy's a Muslim.
Yeah.
The good guy doesn't
He's
really
a Christian.
fucking.
He's a Christian. He likes
Saving
Jesus.
Jews.
But here's the deal. No, but here's the deal. It doesn't really matter what he is.
Well, it
He's a
doesn't, but
fucking-
it's nice.
At the root of the problem, he's a hero.
You're helping your fellow people at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
الدماء والبشر.
Comes in
مباشرة.
efficiently, takes the gun away.
ضميره ووجدانه دفعوا انه
That's how I'd give
ينقض
up my
على
gun. I'd just be like a
احد
pussy.
الارهابيين وخلصوا سلاح تبعه ولاز بالفرار هذاك. بنفس اللحظة صديقه كأنه واقف على الجسر ما بعرف وين المكان.
At the same moment, the armed man's partner was standing on the bridge.
حسب الصور اللي
I don't know the exact location because of the pictures that came out.
طلع. يبدو.
But it looks like he had a sniper rifle and tried to kill him and shot him in his shoulder. So,
But you're saying the cops ended up shooting him?
No, I don't think the cops.
That's what the reports are
but
saying.
now they're saying that the bad guy's partner,
his dad,
shot him.
Shot the good guy that took the bad guy's rifle away. The bad guy's partner, his dad or his son, which one, shot the good guy. That's how the good guy got shot. Said, but it looks like he had a sniper rifle and tried to kill him and shot him in his shoulder.
صمعوا معرف حاول يقتله ضربوا كتفه.
So I guess they got it wrong anyhow. But there's, I guess, an updated story where I guess they found out that the cops did accidentally shoot him.
Oh my God! They're trying to get that GoFundMe before he has to fucking sue.
I swear to God. What can I even say? I went through a tough time and only God knows about. What would you like to say to everybody? So a reporter is asking the hero that got shot by the cops because he had a gun, and they're asking, what would you like to say to everybody? Pray for us. Pray for us. My God grant you, may God grant you a long life, and hopefully the injuries are just something minor. May God grant you a long life, and may He increase your perseverance.
His name's Mohammed Al-Hamid. Are we sure he's Christian, Lummy?
His name is, they said his name is Arabic, but that does not make his religion.
Thank you.
So racist.
They told me that he was involved in the incident. I think this might be his wife. Yeah, okay, mother of the hero. They told me that he was involved in an incident and that he's in the hospital.
Very Christian name.
You know how. Then I heard the details. I became very proud that my son was helping people and saving lives.
بفتخر يعني ابني عم يساعد ناس عم ينقذ ناس ارواح يعني الله ما بيضره والحمد.
Thank God he only had bullets in the hand and shoulder. So thank God that he only got shot in the hand and shoulder.
Good thing those Australian cops can't shoot. So, a couple things here, Bubba, that we're not talking about.
Hold on. Allah will not hurt him because he was doing good. So
that's nice to say.
So now, hold on. Isn't that Muslim?
That's his mom.
Yeah.
Necessarily him.
Okay, and so they're talking about Allah.
I'm just going off reports.
What do you think?
He's a hero.
Here we go. We got finally.
Is Mohammed Al-Hamid Christian?
I don't know, but if I had everything that bad, I would say no.
He's a hero because what we see on the social media, he's 100% hero.
Yeah, I just can't believe he had the courage to run straight in and put his.
This guy with his Kentucky waterfall haircut.
Yeah.
Be on the line for so many people. Like, he saved so many people. If it wasn't for him, who knows how long it could have kept on going.
Yeah, especially when someone was firing at him from the bridge still, I think.
The reason these guys can't understand it, Bubba, is because...
You'd like to hope that you would react the same way if you had the chance.
Hey, this guy might work for Bimbro Brakes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I don't know if I'm as strong as he is.
Best brakes made.
He was incredibly strong and very brave and managed to take the gun off the guy, which is incredible.
Bubba,
I think he's a national hero.
The problem here is the testosterone rates and the testosterone levels of 20-year-olds now are the same as 40-year-olds. Because today's testosterone levels are so low that these guys in their 20s can't understand how a guy in his 40s whose testosterone is still 500-600 and theirs is only 400 be a hero, because they don't have they don't have the testicles that we had, the balls, because they don't have the testosterone levels that we had. And so
mine's running 900 right now.
Yeah. Woo! You're tapping the valves.
I mean, I'm usually tipping a G-ball.
Yeah. So a couple things here, Bubba. It took the cops 20 minutes to respond. Now, this happens in Florida. This doesn't go 20 minutes.
No, this goes about 4 seconds.
This goes about 4 minutes because someone's going to have a gun and they're going to take these douchebags out.
Update, one of the survivors of the terrorist attack at the Bondi Beach Hanukkah celebration said 4 police officers just froze during the 20-minute rampage on December 14th and killed 15. Here is a woman here that looks to be a police officer, and she has her hands up. Like, I don't. Is
it a video at all, or no? Does it just have a thing at the bottom?
Can you tell me what happened?
Yes, it was 2 shooters.
By the way, good call, Seth.
Can you tell me what happened?
Yes, it was 2 shooters. One on the bridge, one under the bridge. Just start to shoot for 20 minutes. They shoot, change magazine and just shoot. Simple as that.
No response.
20 minutes was 4 policemen there. Nobody give fire back. Nothing like they are.
Four policemen there and nobody give fire back.
Cowards. It looked like 20 minutes. And they shoot. The guy change magazine. I look at him all the time. I was with 2 of my babies under me, and I look at that, and it's just rifle and a pistol, and just shoot. And the other one was under. They start to come close to the audience. One of the people took his rifle and shoot him. That's one of them.
Talking about the hero who took his rifle and shot him.
That's what I saw. I didn't know how much I saw, but...
Who were they targeting?
Oh, all the crowd. Anyone. Jewish. Just shoot. Doesn't matter who. Men, all, kids, everyone. No.
Did they say anything?
I couldn't hear. The shooting was so loud, we couldn't hear if they said. I was too far. He was on the bridge, I was near the tent, so... But I saw...
I'm not a fast man, but I could run a 4.5 fucking 40 if somebody was shooting on me.
I better fucking believe it.
Look at him.
I mean, wouldn't you, like, I don't know protocol or anything, but I mean, in 15 minutes, if you're there, like... Would you want to, like, get somebody in position to be like a sniper? I mean,
I would walk out. I have a gun with me at all times, a handgun, and I would position myself, behind a car or something like that, and I'd fucking blow them away.
Just go with a shootout kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
what you do, Bubba, is you have that luxury. It's going on 5, 6, 7 minutes. You get to your car, you get to your gun, you change your position, you get to a point where you have a tactical advantage over the other guy, and then you take him out.
Right.
That's what I know you would do that. I know I would do that.
They could have driven a car into that guy. I mean, would he have a chance to reload?
Yeah, you don't want to shoot a car into a guy with a rifle. He's going to shoot right through the window and kill you.
Right.
That's not the right answer.
Okay, that's not the right answer.
You get behind him where you can't see, like the guy that took his gun.
You're going to want to sneak up on him.
And sneak up on him and blast his ass.
And if the guy who took his gun had a gun...
Should have shot him in the leg and moved on to the other shooter.
I would have shot him in the fucking face.
Yeah, you could shoot, like I said, shoot him in the ding-ding, shoot him in the dick, he's done.
Shot,
dick shot, done.
He aimed, he really take his time. He shoot, take his time. And 4 policemen there didn't give fire back.
Tommy, are we going to hit that G-ball?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Are we going to hit that G-ball?
Come on, guys.
It looks like there's a second hero, by the way, that they're not naming.
9:37, Lummy, with 3 minutes left. We're not going to hit the fucking G-ball.
Is that the father? Is that the husband, wife?
You guys aren't worried about the G-ball. I'm
No,
worried about the
there's
G-ball.
a guy.
Stay on till we get it.
9:38.
There was 2 heroes. The one that they're not talking about is the one that was shot by the cops. He's the one that went up on the bridge and tackled the guy and kicked his gun away. I sent you the video of that. And then the cops, he put his hands up and the cops shot him when his hands were up.
All right, so there's other video
of a
If we
different
don't-
hero,
if-
a
if
different.
we don't-
a
How
second guy.
incompetent are they?
How incompetent are we if we can't hit fucking 1,000? I'm so fucking mad right now. Full hot on the deal.
This guy's not getting praise either.
So nobody's giving this guy any praise?
No, they haven't named him.
So this guy right here?
No, the guy that has a circle around him. Because he ran toward the guy. And that was when he shot by the cops. But I guess when he ran up, he tackled the guy, kicked the guy's gun away, and then police shot at him.
Don't shoot, motherfuckers. I'm the one that took the guy out, you dumb fucks.
Cops are just shooting anybody
And
out
they're
there.
just,
Yeah, once the guys stop shooting, the cops are ready to shoot everybody. Once the bullets start flying in their direction. I mean, I love law enforcement, but these guys are obviously not the same kind of guys that we grow here in Florida.
They're like
Those
everybody
Florida
looks
cops-
like Mohammed. Start shooting.
2 minutes.
Jesus.
2 minutes, Lummy. And
Florida guys would let this happen.
And I need 35 fucking thumbs up. Unappreciative
Let's go.
motherfuckers. Come on, we hit
Come
a
on,
G-ball
guys, almost
yesterday.
there. Please, I don't want to hear it, but I didn't make the G-ball.
They'll blame
It's
it all,
gonna
and they're
on
going to
me.
blame it all on you.
If I didn't make you laugh, don't. Yeah.
I mean, they're going to make.
Come
They're going to
on,
be like,
guys,
Dan,
please.
bring Diaco in and not hit 1,000. What's that say for Dan? Still got a minute. You still got a minute. You still got a minute, but you need
Come
25.
on,
No, I mean,
guys,
what
I
about
need
getting? You need
25,
25
please.
in a minute. That's what
Come
you
on,
need.
guys,
I mean,
I'm
if you truly.
Do you care about getting the 1,000 after we go off the air, like when people watch the show?
I mean, you know what? Now we're fucking changing the rules. You know.
I'm just saying. Well, I'm just trying to, I mean, at the end of the day, it'll be 1,000. It'll be one.
I know, but but I can't tell you the last time we haven't had 1,000.
Yeah, but that was a 4-hour show.
A 4-hour show at normal time.
I'm only talking about yesterday, motherfuckers. We smoked through 1,000, but before the end of the show, I'd like to smoke through 1,000. You got 15 seconds, and I need exactly 11.
Oh shit!
11 thumbs up from you fuckers out there that have not yet done so.
Need 8. Come on, we have 5 seconds.
You got 5 seconds.
8 more people.
Let me
please.
see.
For the love of God.
It's officially, you know what? Oh my
1K, bitch. We did it.
Dan, don't get arrogant and cocky.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm relieved.
Take that thumbs up away.
I'm relieved.
You literally hit it at 9:59:59.
But you know what that is? Hitting it, bitch.
I don't need to get into all. I mean, do we need to get into all this? These are the bad guys.
Father, son, how twisted are they?
Father, son.
I'd rather go to a ball game than go to a mass shooting. With my son.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather go to a Bucks game or a Rays game or.
Well, Dad's
the
dead,
beach.
and the son's got some really
Explaining to do.
horrific wounds. So.
The dad's dead, and the son. I hope.
Hoping the son dies.
I mean, do they have? You know what though? Those soft fucks over in Australia probably don't even have the death penalty. I mean,
You're right. It's
To have it,
probably
$20.
Yeah, but this he's only 24, Bubba. He could have a long life in prison. So.
Yeah, but
and he's got to think about how his dad died, too.
What's an Australian prison? I mean,
I don't know. It's pretty, what do you think? Just all kangaroos and boomerangs?
It started as a penal colony. You'd think that Australia would be pretty good at jail at this point.
Yeah. Lummy, I think we're done for the day.
Yeah,
I mean,
1,000.
Jesus, let's not, please, tomorrow, guys, let's not wait till 1 fucking second till we hit the G-ball.
But thank you.
But thank you. Thank you very much. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bubba Army. If you'd like to throw us a little something throughout the day, maybe perhaps you're watching this on a replay. It's in the middle of the night. You're trucking across America.
A lot of people are saying you went woke, Bubba.
What do you mean?
They're saying that you've kind of sided with the liberals a little bit, and that's why maybe the thumbs are going away.
In what manner?
I don't know. That's what they're saying.
That I called out Trump and the fact that I thought he was very inappropriate and talking about a dead man.
They're saying you've gone left.
No, I've not. Please.
I'm just there. That could be.
Here's some of my fundamental.
Don't fall for it.
Here's some of my fundamental values in life. Okay, I believe in having a gun. I believe on. Here's. You know what? Here is my political affiliation in a nutshell. I believe I should be able to take my of-age girlfriend and or wife to the abortion clinic with my handgun smoking a joint.
Yes.
What's that make me?
A real American.
I think that makes me a real man and maybe an independent.
A libertarian.
Hey, Ryan from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina on YouTube. I don't know how he knew this, but he goes, "Don't skip the Sydney Sweeney story."
What's Sydney Sweeney story?
Did you see it? Did you see the video I sent, Bubba?
Please.
Right here?
Can we talk about it?
I don't know if this might be the only story. It's a video of her.
So the actual story is she arrives to Housemaid. There's a new show or a premiere called Housemaid. I think she's the star of it, and this is the premiere of it, and this is her walking the red carpet. Sydney Sweeney. God, she's so fucking hot. My God, look at those titties.
Dr. Dan, do you agree?
Oh, 100%. I'm agreeing with Bubba today on most stuff. I'm here to agree.
And I don't want you to agree with me because you think you got to agree.
I'm agreeing with you, Bubba, because I have a penis and it's just objectively hot.
But if we talk about the Trump thing,
and I got high
I think you
testosterone.
really did agree with me on that.
Yeah, it was wrong.
Fundamentally, I think you agreed with my position on that particular aspect.
He stepped on the same landmine that he accused everyone else of stepping on.
Brian said that he believes that she has a butterface and that she has a touch of Down syndrome.
Her eyes are too
Brian's a fucking dumbass.
Her eyes are too far apart, I believe is what Babyface said.
Whatever, Brian. You're the biggest horn dog of all of us. Exactly. And I know your first wife.
What do you mean? What does that mean? Is she a whore?
No, I'm just saying she ain't this. She ain't that. Now his current wife, smoke show. Absolute fucking smoke show. His first wife, you have no fucking right to be questioning how beautiful this chick is. One of the sexiest bitches currently going right now.
Sydney, it's me.
There's too much. There's too much melon.
No, that's
Is it too much melon? You want more prosciutto?
No,
I
come
just-
on.
No,
I
it
want
just-
more
it just-
melon. I want more.
I feel like such a sick fuck just staring at him, man.
You're so well done.
What am I supposed to do?
God did a good job on him.
There's your Sydney Sweeney deal.
Thank you for covering that.
Thank you thank you, Dan, for being manageable today, and I hope that you didn't just tell me what I want to hear, and that we're
Ladies, send your headshots to BTLS. I want to fuck Dan at hotmail.com.
I want to get into the Dan Diaco fuckathon sweepstakes. And Dan, and I'll just throw it out there. Dan isn't necessarily looking for a long-term relationship. He's looking for stab and goes. And so, if you'd like to be a stab and go, maybe get on Dan's roster. I think, Dan, we can really be honest about that. You'd like to have a little bit of a roster going on and tell chicks that, hey, I got a roster. If you got a problem with it, then don't be on my roster.
We'll see. Just be juicy.
We will see you tomorrow. Same time, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. tomorrow. Have a great day. Appreciate it.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian, Lummit.
It's Seth, co-host and president of podcasting.
It's Brian Matroni, king of counter programming.
Gene Lasker, voice of the people. Glad you get to hear me.
Gary Cantrell, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up Bean.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire of Council.
Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello. I'm back.